hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
Komets skating a man down here. Tripping call on Leo Thomas. Komets down 2-0 here with 14:36 to go in the first period. Shane Alvarani and Robbie Irons with you here tonight as the Komets on the penalty kill, 5th in the league this year right now. And Evansville on the power play, one of the worst in the league. 27th is their rank. As we get ready to start things up here on this man advantage in the Komet zone.
Referee saying something to Gary Graham over there. He'll be over checking the lockout, I guess. Minute and 49 seconds, power play. Evansville with a little bit of momentum and a 2-0 lead.
Shots in the game are 5-1 in favor of Evansville. The Komets didn't get very much offense going in that first period last night, but they're down 2-0 right now, and everyone's looking up at the scoreboard. Looks like maybe we're trying to get some time.
Yeah, adjusting it a bit. Linesman over talking to the goal judge.
And the clock shows 14:37 to go in the first, and now everyone's still looking up at the scoreboard. It will be Matthew Zay to take the face-off with Paul Crowder when we eventually get things set up here. And we're still waiting.
They're trying to make some adjustments to it.
Now everyone is frequently working, trying to get the scoreboard back up to where it should be. Now the whistle blows, and now we're set.
It's on the penalty clock, it looked like.
And the puck is dropped in the Komet zone, up along the far boards, and whipped out of there by Cody Soul. Comes all the way down. Banksburg will stop it. And the Icemen go back on the attack as they work on a man advantage. Chris Rumble with it to Weidman. Gains the Komet blue line, drops it back to Zay. Here's a cross-ice pass attempt. Knocked down, goes to Rumble. Out goes up to Zay, up along the near boards. Cross-ice pass intercepted by Crowder. And Crowder, weaving through traffic, flips one in. And the Komets will get a line change. Chris Rumble back behind his own net with 13:58 to go in the period. And still 1:12 to go on the penalty kill for the Komets. Rumble back behind the net. He will bring it out. Skates in front of his own net. Gains his own blue line. Drops it behind him. And coming up is Strandberg. He gains the Komet blue line. And quickly poke checked away and back the other direction to go.
Szydlowski knocks her down.
And here is Banksburg to stop it. Gives it up to Rikowski. The crafty veteran will play it ahead for the Icemen. Comes right up the middle of the ice. Over to Himmelson. Strandberg now with it. Over the blue line. Avoids the check. Offside. So the Icemen not doing a great job getting some pressure here on the Komets here on this penalty kill, or on this power play. As
and those two goals definitely took the crowd out of the game right now.
Absolutely.
Very quiet in here, and I think until the Komets either get something going on this power penalty they're killing off or kill it, crowd's still waiting for something to happen.
Here's Himmelson with it at the blue line. Sends it over to Rikowski as he has to retreat back as he's being chased by Paul Crowder. Now Himmelson will skate right down the middle of the ice. Plays it ahead to Strandberg. Strandberg tries to thread the needle through the legs of a Komet defender. That's
another delay offside.
They're offside, and Soul will send it all the way down to Banksburg. That will hit the end boards. It'll take a hop, and it's picked up by Himmelson. Back behind the net, it is played. The left-hander sends it up to Tyler Sims, who throws one in on Martin. It goes well wide up along the far boards, and the Komets clear
all
up.
even.
And here's Leo Thomas coming out of the penalty box, jumping up into the play as the puck rolls down in the Evansville zone up along the far boards. Here's Andrew Harrison, got it poked away, and it goes right to the stick of Monteith. Cross-ice pass, Trebish knocked away. Komets have it again. Taylor Crunk could not do anything with it. It's poked away along the far boards. Comes back out to the Komet blue line. Friedman's got a man. It's Leo Thomas coming into the Evansville zone. He goes in wide, gets rubbed off the play, goes back behind the net, and the puck is now tied up down here in the near corner.
Meurs in there.
Meurs gets some help from Leo Thomas, but neither one of them can come away with the puck. As it's Casey Thrush with it along the far board. Throws it in on Martin, and he will glove it down, but he will keep it going as he sends it over to Denis. And the rookie down to the Evansville blue line it goes. Himmelson there for Evansville. Turns it back the other direction. Zay comes over. He's on sides. Gets around Gabe Beaupre. Comes down into the corner, and we got a tie-up. everybody in there. And now the puck comes loose, and it comes out to the Komets. It's Gabe Beaupre, gives it a look along the left-hand side, plays it out to Friedmann, gets it into the Evansville zone, and we got a penalty call. It's going to be on Evansville as the puck is touched up by Strandberg. And the Komets
penalty
have the man advantage for the first time this evening with 11:28 to go here in the first. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Aaron's has some really great news. Aaron's is offering 120 days same as cash. That's right, and here's how it works. Sign a new lease agreement and you have a full 4 months, 120 days to pay Aaron's everyday low price. They even offer a 20% instant rebate if you purchase outright. 120 days same as cash. Not bad, huh? Just stop by or call to learn more. And remember, you don't need credit. All you need is Aaron's. And nobody beats Aaron's. Nobody.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
Power play begins here, the first one of the night for the Komets. Komets trail it 2-0 with 11:06 to go in the first. Here's Cody Corbett with it, gains his own blue line, sends it out to Szydlowski, whips one around. Bengtsburg will play it with the blade of his stick, swings it up, and it goes to Montgomery, who stops it. Goes down low to Crowder. Now back to Montgomery. Montgomery looking for somebody in the corner. He's double teamed, needs some help. And now he comes out to the blue line. Here's Corbett. Oh, and the puck squirts off his stick. And the Komets have to get back on side. Here's Schaafsma with it. Over the blue line, over to Szydlowski. Now they're on side. Szydlowski top of the circle, now to the dot, comes down low. Back behind the net, it's played. Now to Crowder. Crowder on the right side. Goes down low, has Schaafsma. Return pass to Crowder, up top. Here's Cody Corbett. Corbett back to Crowder, right side, stepping up, goes down low. Here's Schaafsma in front and broken up as Montgomery fanned on it.
Couldn't get a hold of it.
Comes up along the far boards. Here's Corbett with it. Corbett goes down low. Back up top to Corbett on the point. Corbett now in the high slot. Thought about taking the shot. Gets some pressure by Zay. Sends it over to Szydlowski with 30 seconds to go on the power play. Here's a cross-ice pass to Crowder. Takes the shot. Knocked down by the defender. But Crowder still has it, but now it's going to be cleared away. Thrush got a hold of it, and now both teams will get a line change with 16 seconds to go on the power play.
No shots yet. Come on, guys.
Garrett Meurs hits his own blue line, dishes off on the left side. They come in on Bengtsburg. Here's a shot. He is going to knock it down into the corner, and it's quickly cleared away with 3 seconds to go. Here's
all
Muir.
even, 5-on-5.
Remming it around, comes up to the blue line. Cody Stoll has to retreat back, and it comes all the way down, and that will be an icing on Evansville.
Face off all the way back into the Evansville zone. Line change for the Komets. Evansville stands pat. 2-0 Evansville. 9:21 still to go in this first period.
So the face-off will be to the left of Bengtsburg.
Both teams with a power play opportunity have not scored on that, so both those offenses aren't working very well.
On the face-off, comes down into the corner. Cody Stoll has it, goes back to his own blue line. Now he sends it over onto the far boards where Taylor Crunk has it. He zips it into the Evansville zone, goes back behind the net. Here's Himmelson. And Himmelson up along the far side. Now return pass to Himmelson. It's his own blue line over onto the right wing. Going to feather one into the Komet zone, into the corner. And Cody Stoll sends one around onto the far boards. Crunk with it, cross-ice pass, knocked down. Intended receiver was Montgomery. And now it comes out to Schumacher for Evansville. Zay with it. He stops, takes a shot, and another save by Martin. But Martin fights the puck.
Yep.
He's fighting it awful hard here in this first period. He's given up 2, and there's been a couple where he's been a little lost on. As Denis takes it over the blue line, gets bumped off the play, comes down, back behind the net, rolls to the front. Denis with a shot.
Rebound.
And Bengtsburg makes the stop. Schumacher with a backhander right onto the stick of Szydlowski. Komets got some numbers. They come over the blue line. Here's Crowder. Puts a shot on. Save by Bengtsburg. Got the left leg out.
Zone.
And they clear it out with 8:08 to go in the first period. 2-0 is the score. Evansville with the lead. As the captain, Schaafsma, whips one around. Comes out to Crowder in the corner. Crowder up along the far boards to Szydlowski. His pass is intercepted by Casey Thrush. And here come the Icemen on the
trailer,
attack.
heads up.
Center it. Here's a shot, and they go off the post.
Yeah, I thought it hit the post.
And comes up along the far boards. Komets just don't have it here tonight here in this first period so far. Up along the far boards, it's played by Himmelson. He swings it down low, in front, wide open. Here's a shot. Martin makes the save.
Nice
Matt
save
Olson,
there.
point blank, and Martin makes the stop.
Yeah, he realized the man was there. He closed those pads in a hurry. Made a nice save.
And up to Olson, who just had that great chance, comes into the Komet zone. It rolls free down into the corner where Cody Soul awaits it. And Soul goes behind his own net, stops, and he gives it a look as he gets a little bit of room out there. And he hits a man up along the left side in stride. Now a drop pass back to Soul. He goes up along the far side, gets the puck taken away, and the Icemen get it back at the red line. Now it's played forward all the way down in the Komet end, back behind the net. And here's Turgeon and Soul fighting for it. Comes free up along the far boards. Komets have it. Here's Friedmann with a backhander. Comes all the way down into the Evansville corner. No icing on the play as it comes down to Kyle Thomas. Thomas can't do anything with it, and back come the Icemen. 3-on-2 as they cross over the blue line. Turgeon with it. Offside.
Good defensive play. Komet defense stood up, forced the offside. Nice play.
Gets us down to 6:34 and a timeout on the ice. We'll take a break. You are listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Elwood's Appliances is Fort Wayne's most trusted source for quality GE appliances. Family owned and operated, Elwood's Appliances has proudly served the Fort Wayne community for more than 40 years and is Fort Wayne's very own GE factory authorized scratch and dent appliance outlet. Get quality, service, and price that the big box stores just cannot provide. Whether you're looking for one appliance or a whole house full, look no further than Elwood's Appliances, 2808 Lower Huntington Road in Fort Wayne, and visit elwoodsappliance.com. Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
Komets trail this one 2-0 as the Komets have not looked sharp here in this first period, but they came out a little soft last night against Indianapolis and turned it on in the second and third period. But Evansville, they've looked pretty sharp here in this first period as they've gotten a lot of great opportunities, and Spencer Martin has been fighting the puck an awful lot here in this first period.
Yeah, definitely the difference. Martin last night very sharp, made some key saves early against Indy. Tonight, unfortunately, a couple got by him. And as you say, he looks like he's fighting the puck a little, and Indy took total advantage of getting those quick 2 goals on him.
Face off outside the Komet blue line. And the Icemen send it all the way into the far corner. Beaupre touches it up, gives it to Schaafsma. Schaafsma gives it up. Here's a shot, and Martin makes the stop.
Giveaway again, Komets.
Here's Crowder, unloads the puck over the blue line, drop back pass, coming down low to Szydlowski. Schaafsma with a shot, goes off the side of the cage, up along the far boards, and here is Beaupre with it, gets it to Szydlowski, going down low to Schaafsma. He is tied up on the play with Curtis Leonard, comes up to the blue line, cross-ice pass. Here's a shot by Denis, tipped in front by Crowder.
He's all by himself there, too.
And Crowder has it down low again, puts it in front of the net, nobody there. Comes up to the blue line. Here's Denis with a shot, missed it wide. Up along the far boards, Leonard taken off the play by Crowder, goes back behind the net for Terry Rakowski, and he will play it out to Weidman. Weidman into the Komet zone. And now back to the blue line and sent all the way into the Evansville end, where it goes off the end boards. Rakowski gobbles it up over to Curtis Leonard. He flips one forward, comes back out to the blue line, and into the Komet zone it rolls. Here's Crunk, cross-ice pass, intercepted by Mac Olson. He puts a shot, and again, Martin didn't see it. He still doesn't know where it is. And now it comes out back to Martin, and he covers it up. And the troubles for Spencer Martin continues.
Well, the shots are coming from every angle, and Evansville getting a couple of quick chances from turnovers by the Komet defense. Getting a little sloppy back there, and they're shooting from everywhere they can, and that's what's creating the problem. Martin just can't keep up to the puck zicking back and forth on him, and the mistakes being made out in front of them. They've got to make that pass and clear the zone as quick as possible.
2-0 is the score. Evansville with the lead. Here's another shot that was deflected, got through to Martin, but he's able to stick it into the corner. And it comes up along the far boards. Here's Garrett Meurs, gets tangled up along the near wall. Olson comes in, gathers the puck up, takes a shot, and it goes wide. Comes up along the far boards. Now back to the opposite side. Backhander up top. Here's a shot, and Martin is able to see that one right into his glove.
Caught that one nice and clean and everything like that. The shot from the point right on the net. Martin stood out of the crease, made the save, and killed the play. But again, up the boards, gave the puck away, the Comet defense.
Chris Rumble with the shot on net there. As the face-off in the Comet zone coming up. Shots are 10-4 in favor of Evansville here in the first period. Comes into the corner, goes off the boards and out to the blue line. Now the Comets, here we go. Coming in, here's the shot. Banksburg makes the stop, and he'll hang on and get the whistle. And that was Barczuk who broke free of the crowd and got a good chance.
Yep, down his left wing, stayed wide on it, cut to the net. They had goaltender come out. Barczuk made a nice save.
Face off to the right of Banksburg with 4:41 to go in the first. Evansville up 2-0.
Montgomery in taking the draw for the Comets.
In there with Zay, tied up on the dot. Comes out to Kyle Thomas, out to the blue line. To Corbett, now goes to Kyle Thomas, tried to glove it down, kind of knuckled on him, hits the ice, and it goes back behind the Evansville net. Play it up along the near wall. Schumacher can't do anything with it, rolls to Hamannek, he goes backwards, over to Cody Corbett. Here's a cross-ice pass off the stick of Barczuk, and that one is going to be an icing. And we'll come back down and drop the puck in the Fort Wayne zone. We'll take a break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
This is Scrap Chat with Max Hall, reminding you that while all metal has value, not all metal recyclers value you. At OmniSource, guys like me tell you what your metal's worth and how to make it worth even more the next time. Because we grind up and spit out scrap, not customers. Find freight advice and fair payment at an OmniSource yard near you in the Fort Wayne area. For locations and a list of metals we buy, visit OmniSource.com or call 855-OmniBuy, 855-666-4289.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
Play continues here at the Coliseum off the icing call. We're down to 4 minutes to go in the first period, and so far it's been all Evansville. 2-0 is the score. And Curtis Leonard's got the puck in his own zone. Out to Ratowski, return pass to Leonard, and Leonard will come up along the left-hand wall. Lost the puck to Barczuk, comes back to the blue line. Poke checked away, and it comes down to the Comet end, where it is picked up by Hamannek, and he just plays a little catch here with Curtis Leonard, comes back to Leonard, and now off the stick of Thrush and into the Comet zone. Spencer Martin will stop it, leaves it for Corbett, up along the far boards, touch pass over to Crowder, now onto the right side. Here's Szydlowski, top of the circle, and he takes the shot, and Banksburg hanging on, and he'll get a whistle.
Pittsburgh, a big goaltender for Evansville. 30 games he's played, 9 wins, 13 losses, and a very respectable .296 goals against average. So he's taken a lot of the blunt in a last place team. And of course, Evansville not going to make the playoffs, but he's hung in there pretty strongly all year.
Banksburg was in net just a week ago, and the Comets dropped 43 shots on him. So he's certainly well aware of these Comet shooters. Up to the blue line in the Evansville zone, taken away by the Icemen. Down low, it's Rumble. Now Rumble over to Nathan Moon. Back to Rumble. Plays it forward to Thrush. Thrush now gives it up to Rumble. Big hit by Schaafsma on Thrush. Puck comes down to Spencer Martin. Here's a backhander up the wall. And now there's a shot from the far side. It goes well wide. And Szydlowski picks it up with 2:48 to go in the period. Szydlowski with a backhander. Out to Schaafsma. Now back to Cure. Cure has Cody Soul on the other side. Comets got to come the other direction here, boys. Out to the center line, and now all the way down. Szydlowski comes down, will touch it up, so no icing on the play. Szydlowski gets rubbed off the play, lost it, comes up to the blue line, and the Comets cannot keep it in. Here's Beaupre. Going to have to retreat backwards as the Comets will get a fresh set of legs out there with 2:16 to play. Comes out to Leo Thomas over his stick, comes back behind the net, and it's gathered up by Strandberg. Out to Olsen, gains his own blue line, goes right up the middle of the ice. Denis is there for the Comets on defense, sends it back to Meurs, who takes a hit. Puck rolls on him, and it comes back down to the Evansville zone. Back behind the net and into the corner. The Icemen have it. They play it off the boards, and that one's going to come all the way down. And that is an icing.
Krunk did a nice job forechecking there. Got in there and forced the defense to throw it around, and eventually threw it down the ice for an icing call. But good forechecking by Krunk.
Gets us down to 1:48 to play in the first. Shots on goal are 10-6 in favor of Evansville. And the score right now also in favor of the Icemen, 2-0. Montgomery and Zay. And the faceoff goes to Zay. Comes down into the corner, and he banks it off the boards and out of the zone. Rolls all the way down to the Comet blue line. Quickly played ahead by Cody Corbett, and all the way down it comes to Pittsburgh.
No icing.
He will stop it, and he will leave it for Strandberg. Now it's thrown out to Alex Weidman, and Weidman carries it into the zone. Weidman plays it in over to Zay, takes a shot, and the save made by Martin. Comes up top of the blue line. Here is Kyle Thomas along the far boards, trying to go to Barczuk. Pass too far out in front of him. And coming back is Tyler Sins. He whips one around, and it's Martin stopping it. Goes back behind the net and up along the far boards, held in on the point. Here's a shot. Martin has to make the stick save, and that one will find the screen, and we'll have a whistle and a face-off.
Yeah, he got a piece of it with a stick. The shot from the point, redirected up into the screen. That'll kill the play right there, and stood out in the goal crease, made a nice save from the point as a defenseman. Keep shooting from that point on him. Minute and 4 seconds. Komets down by 2. Need a quick one here. They got a quick one at the end of the period last night to get them back into game 1-1. So maybe they can catch another one here with a minute and 4 in the period.
Martin looking a little bit sharper here in the second half of this first period.
11 shots on him.
Comes up to the blue line for Leonard. He takes a shot. It's knocked away.
Last minute.
And now it's knocked into the Comet zone. Back behind the net. Stopped by Martin. And up along the far boards to Schaafsma. Plays it out to Szydlowski. Gets some room. Got a man on the right side. Comes in. Takes a shot. Missed it wide.
Missed the net.
Tried to get Banksburg. Lean in to the left. Comes up to the blue line. Here's Cure. Rimming it right back in. That one will hit the screen, and we'll have another face-off.
Good play by Szydlowski. Broke in there. Got the shot. Just missed the net as he got the goaltender moving a little bit. Was able to get his own rebound. Threw it back to the point to Cure, who let the shot go. That got deflected up in the screen and will kill the play. So face-off will stay in the Evansville zone as the Komets change up forward lines.
Here's Friedmann to take the face-off for Fort Wayne. And the puck is dropped. Nope. Linesman blew the whistle.
Did it right. 38 seconds in the period.
It's Friedmann and Nathan Moon. Now Friedmann gets kicked out of there, and in comes Garrett Meurs, wins the face-off, but it splits the defenders, and it comes down to the Comet zone. Cody Soul has to retreat backwards. 30 seconds to go in the first period. Dishes off to Meurs. Meurs over the blue line, has the net. Here's a shot, and one too many passes. It was broken up. It was Krunk trying to find Friedmann, and now here comes a scoring opportunity. Oh, another shot that goes off the post. That's a second one tonight. This game really could be 4 or 5-0 as here's a shot on Banksburg from Krunk, and hanging on is Banksburg.
Yeah, Krunk getting in there quickly as a shot from outside the blue line, looking for a rebound, but Banksburg wasn't going to give that puck away. He held on. 8 seconds to go. The faceoff will stay in the Evansville zone. So time for a puck to back to the point and a shot.
So both teams will get a line change and a faceoff to the left of Banksburg, and it'll be Paul Crowder to take the faceoff. Crowder and Zay stand in there, and they wait the drop from the linesman. Szydlowski lined up right there, right behind Crowder. Crowder can't pull it back to him. Comes up to the near wall with 2 seconds. Now rimmed back behind the net, and that'll do it for period number 1. We're through 20 minutes of play here at the Coliseum, and so far, not a good night for the Komets. After clinching the Midwest Division, maybe a little bit of a letdown as they trail the last place Evansville Icemen by a score of 2-0. And Komets got a little bit offense there going at the second half of that first period, but Spencer Martin has just struggled in this first period.
Yeah, they gave the puck away a little too much, and obviously Evansville took advantage of a couple of giveaways in front of the net and a little bit of sloppy play around Martin. But other than that, they're trying to regroup, but they started slow last night for some reason, and they're starting slow again tonight. So hopefully Gary Graham can get to them there in the second period, and they come out and have a strong one like they did last night.
Well, we've got a long way to go here at the Coliseum. 2 more periods to play, but the Icemen right now hold the score at 2-0. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with the intermission report. You are listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
Have you seen the redesigned 2016 Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierra pickup trucks? This year's models have the comforts you expect and some great new features the other trucks in their class can only dream of. Made right here in Northeast Indiana, these trucks are assembled by union labor, the proud men and women of UAW 2209. American-made quality and workmanship are the cornerstones of the UAW. That quality can be yours. Stop by your Chevy and GMC dealer to test drive these 2016 models. We know you'll feel the difference.
Everyone on game day, and people are hungry. More than that, they're hangry, and it's 95 degrees out, and they're thirsty. That's right, people are thrangry. They need to chill, and that gives you an idea. You remember Coors Light is filtered and bottled cold, so you pass some cold ones out. Suddenly, it's like they're snowboarding the majestic Rocky Mountains, speeding away from the peaks of Thrangry and down the slopes of oh yes. So they make with the cheering and let you get with the grilling. Well done. Now it's time for your Coors Light. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Great beer, great responsibility.
Take Midwest Gloves and Gear to work with you by using their full line of work gloves. Midwest Work Line features max performance gloves, PBR, along with a wide variety of Midwest branded gloves for any type of work. Midwest Gloves and Gear prides itself in being the largest manufacturer of American-made work gloves, and Midwest believes in investing in America. And that's why the Work Line features many styles made right here in the USA. For over 50 years, Midwest Gloves and Gear, Chillicothe, Missouri.
Here's some good policy from your local independent agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When you insure your home and car with us, you receive a multi-policy discount. And when you add Auto Owners Life Insurance, you get a special discount on your home and car insurance. Auto Owners Insurance will save you money on all of the insurance you already have. Now that's good policy. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people.
For all your insurance needs, visit Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
Want to live a healthier life? You don't need to train for a marathon to do it. Even small changes can help you feel better. And at Parkview, it all starts with one word: go. Go for a walk. Go spend time with friends. Go do something simple right now to improve your well-being and take the Parkview Go Challenge. It's all about creating balance in your life: mind, body, spirit, and community. For more healthy ideas, log on to parkviewgo.com. Parkview, your partner in health.
If you're looking for a way to see the Komets for less, then you'll want to read all about it. Find coupons on Komet ads in print editions of the Journal-Gazette and News Sentinel for seats in the Fort Wayne newspaper's extra section for only $8. Save $5 per ticket with your extra section coupon. For more information, check the latest edition of the Journal-Gazette or News Sentinel, or visit Fort Wayne Newspapers downtown on Main Street. Pick up your coupon today for extra special savings on the Komets, courtesy of the Fort Wayne Newspapers extra section. Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report, presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at Memorial Coliseum, Shane Alberani here tonight as the Komets down 2-0 to the Evansville Icemen. Komets got a win last night right here at home, 5-2 over Indianapolis, which clinched the Midwest Division for the Komets. So maybe a little bit of a letdown here this evening, but we still have 2 periods to play. And here's what happened so far. Evansville, again, the only 2 goals in that first period. It was Thrush, Casey Thrush, that was his 3rd of the season at 3:18 of the first period. Nathan Moon and Rumble the assist on that first goal. And then it was Adam Weidman, his 14th of the season at 4:11. Fawcett the assist on that one. Christopher Benksberg for Evansville. He's seen 7 shots. He has saved all 7 of them. And Spencer Martin, who has had a rough time in this first period. He's seen 11 shots, and he has stopped 9. 2 goals against. Both teams have had a power play. Leo Thomas got the first call of the night, tripping minor at 5:14. And then it was Andrew Himmelson, 2 minutes tripping at 8:32 to give us that score of 2-0 at the end of 1 period of play. We'll take another break. You are listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
5 years ago, I was diagnosed with cancer, but thanks to advances in treatment, I survived. And when I look back and see how far I've come, you'd think the last thing on my mind would be a checking account. But a new checking account at Fifth Third Bank can help fund Stand Up to Cancer and their cutting-edge research. This groundbreaking initiative is helping save lives. Like, for instance, my life. Learn more at 53.com/SU2C. Fifth Third Bank, the curious bank.
Member FDIC. Stand Up to Cancer is a program of the Entertainment Industry Foundation, a 501c3 charitable organization.
Emergency Radio Service is the official radio provider for the Fort Wayne Komets. Communicating with your fleet of vehicles across the state of Indiana just got easier and safer. Turbo Connect from ERS is a wide area two-way radio system offering talk, text, and GPS fleet management throughout most of Indiana. Turbo Connect meets Department of Transportation regulations for hands-free communications and gives you the peace of mind that you can communicate with your fleet without distraction. Reach out to ERS at 260-747-0584. That's 260-747-0584 or online at www.trboconnect.com.
It's the Dodge Boys here from Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and we're excited. It's our spring clearance event. Hey, Ryan, tell us about it.
Matt, spring is almost here, so you need to get ready for the warmer temps with class and style with a brand new Chrysler 300 sedan, loaded with every option for only $260 a month. Also, returning lessees can get an amazing deal on the four-wheel drive Jeep Cherokee Latitude for only $258 a month.
I like it. Hey, Casey, I know you have more.
That's right, Matt. I sure do. It's also truck month, and you can drive home a brand new Ram Tough truck starting at just $199 per month. That's right. Crew cabs and quad cabs for only $199 per month. And this month we have a great deal on the Do Anything, Go Anywhere Jeep Wrangler for only $299 per month.
That's awesome. And we have some spectacular deals, and it all starts at GlenbrookDodge.com.
That's right. You can shop our entire 700 vehicle new and used car inventory and all of our big spring clearance event specials right from your mobile phone. Great deals on cars, trucks, vans, and minivans are just a click away.
Check us out online, then come in for a test drive. We have the right vehicle with the right payment that's right for you.
So come see us during our spring clearance event on the giant American flag or always online at GlenbrookDodge.com.
Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at Memorial Coliseum, Shane Alvarani and Robbie Irons here tonight, and the Komets find themselves down 2-0 at the end of one period of play. Shots in the game are 11-7 in favor of the Icemen. And fans, if you're looking for a traditional mortgage or product tailored to your specific needs, contact Hallmark Home Mortgage at 469-0900 or visit them at hallmarkhomemortgage.com. And fans, you can get your season tickets. They are now on sale for the 65th anniversary of Komet Hockey. Take advantage of early bird pricing and save up to 30% on your season tickets. That's versus regular walk-up pricing. Call the Coliseum or call the Komet office at 483-0011 and make your $100 per ticket deposit and reserve your season ticket for the 2016-2017 season of Komet Hockey. And still a few more games left in the regular season after tonight. 2 games right here at home, Wednesday and next Saturday. Now, next Wednesday is the final Deuces Wild Wednesday of the season. You get 2 tickets for only $22. You save $16 on those tickets, along with $2 beers and $2 sodas all night long. That is this Wednesday as the Komets take on the Quad City Mallards on Wednesday night. Game time is 7:30. Taking a look at the out-of-town scoreboard in the ECHL. This one has just gone final. Brampton beats Adirondack by a score of 4-1. Wheeling and Toledo are tied at 1. Norfolk and Reading, that is a 1-0 game. Halfway through the second period, Norfolk with the lead. And then Indianapolis and Quad City currently tied at 1. That's midway through the first period. And, of course, that one, 2 very important points for the Quad City Mallards as they are looking to clinch a playoff spot. Right now, they currently hold down that 8th and final spot. We'll take another break, and when we return, we will take a look at those potential playoff matchups in the ECHL. You are listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Auto Care on the Go is auto care that comes to you. We built our business from the ground up based on integrity and honesty. Your vehicle will be professionally repaired on site by Auto Care on the Go. Our certified master mechanic team has over 28 years of auto repair experience. Auto Care on the Go will repair your vehicle and your activities never stop. Call 574-200-9945 or visit www.autocareonthego.com. Auto Care on the Go. Proud sponsors of the Komets, an auto mechanic service to fit your busy life.
Aquafina is water for happy bodies. Now, your body is an instrument. A happy and hydrated body sounds like this. An unhappy body sounds like this. An Aquafina body is... A not-so-happy body is... Aquafina. Not Aquafina. Happy, not happy. In other words, if an Aquafina Happy Body was the lead singer of a heavy metal band, you'd hear... Yeah! Not... Yeah! And when Happy Bodies get together, well, then it sounds a little something like this. Aquafina, for happy bodies.
For happy bodies, Aquafina. If you're driving down the road and your car dies at the light, you know you've got to make it here, 'cause we can make it right. Bumping down the road, transmission's about to blow. We're the ones to fix it right. We're the name to know. Russ Moore. Russ Moore Transmission. We're here to get you going.
If you suspect a transmission problem, come in and talk to the trusted leader in customer service for over 50 years, Russ Moore Transmission.
Russ Moore. Russ Moore. Russ Moore Transmission. We're here to get you going.
Call Russ Moore at 482-9414. We're on Coliseum Boulevard West and in Warsaw. Or visit us at russmore.com.
With 16 locations throughout the state, Ruoff Home Mortgage is proud of our hometown Komets team and proud of our roots. For more than 30 years, we've helped thousands of Hoosier families establish their roots with a mortgage loan. When you need a mortgage that is simple and straightforward from a name you can trust, be sure to stop by any of our offices or go to www.ruoff.com. Ruoff Home Mortgage is licensed by the Indiana DFI, license 10994. This is not an offer for extension of credit or a commitment to lend. Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at the Coliseum, Shane Albarani and Robbie Irons with you here tonight. The Komets find themselves down by a score of 2-0 heading into the second period of play. Kind of a surprising outcome so far in that first period, with the Komets getting the big win last night against Indianapolis that clinched the Midwest Division. Komets have got a 3-game winning streak on the line tonight, and this is the final matchup between these two teams ever, as Evansville will be folding up shop and they'll be heading across the river to Kentucky in a couple of seasons, but they will take next year off, so this will be the last time the Komets ever play a team from Evansville, as the Komets have got the all-time season series with the Icemen, as this rivalry goes back to the old IHL days just a few years ago. But unfortunately, the Icemen have played their last home game. That was last night against Tulsa, and they came up short on that one, and now the Icemen, after tonight, will play their final 3 games in their franchise's existence on the road. All 3 games will be played in Allen coming up. Now, speaking of Allen, they are currently holding down the 4th place in the Western Conference, and if the playoffs started today, the Americans, the defending Kelly Cup champs, would be playing Utah. Now, the Fort Wayne Komets, they would be playing the Cincinnati Cyclones, a team that they have played pretty tough all season long. The season series was deadlocked at 5 wins apiece, as Quad City would be playing Missouri, and Colorado would play Idaho. But, of course, nothing has really been decided, as everybody is bunched up there in the Western Conference. You have got Colorado, Utah, and Idaho all at 82 points, so the Komets still could play a team they have not played during the regular season in the first round of the playoffs. But after last night's Komet win and the Cyclones loss, things are looking a little bit like Fort Wayne could hang on and play Cincinnati in that 2-7 series. But there is a possibility the Komets, if things go horribly wrong this last week, the Komets could fall down into the 3 spot, which means they would be playing Utah in that first round. But we'll see how this next week plays out. And if things started over in the Eastern Conference tonight, we have a good rivalry series between Toledo and Kalamazoo. South Carolina would be playing Wheeling. Manchester would be taking on Reading. And Florida and Adirondack would be the final series in the Eastern Conference. And again, that's one of those interesting matchups where you've got 2 teams that never played each other during the regular season. So that could happen in the Eastern Conference as well if Florida and Adirondack meet each other in that first round. We are at 2-0 here in the first period. Both teams had a power play in that first period. Both teams 0 for 1 on the power play, and Evansville has got the scoreboard too at 2-0 at the moment. Thrush and Weidman, the goals for Evansville, as Spencer Martin has seen 11 shots and he has saved 9 of them. And that is where we are at the moment as we head to the second period of play here at the Coliseum. We'll take one last break. You are listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
The brand new Bar 145 is now open on North Clinton Street right beside Baker Street, and you can enjoy gourmet burgers and even build your own with over 200,000 combinations. Their menu also offers classic bar dishes that have been kicked up a notch. This is the hottest new bar in town with excellent food, craft beers, and perfectly aged bourbon, plus a custom-built patio. The atmosphere is ambient and energetic with live entertainment from the best bands in the Midwest every Friday and Saturday night. Bar 145 is Fort Wayne's first gastropub. Bar 145, burgers, bands, and bourbon.
The word is, remember the feeling you got?
Improvement.
When you did something you didn't know you could do?
EMENT. Improvement.
Correct. Get that feeling again at Indiana Wesleyan University. Whether you're interested in attending college for the first time, completing a degree, or earning a graduate degree, IWU can help you reach your goals. Visit IWUdegrees.com. IWU. Anything is possible.
On the ice, on the court, or on the field, the Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are there to provide complete orthopedic care for injured athletes or weekend warriors. Fort Wayne Orthopedics and the Orthopedic Hospital of Lutheran Health Network, official sports medicine provider for the Komets, and an integral part of Fort Wayne sports for over 20 years. Go where the pros go. The Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are a dedicated team of sports medicine specialists, licensed trainers, and therapists, specially trained to keep you in the game.
The destination is yours with Excursions Trailways Motor Coach Company. Excursions Trailways operates trips from Indiana and Ohio to destinations in the continental U.S. and Canada. Excursions is the proud official motor coach provider of the Komets, Tin Caps, IPFW, and St. Francis. They provide excellent customer service and clean, well-maintained coaches with courteous professional drivers. Choose your destination and give Excursions a call at 260-485-6167 or visit them on the web at excursionstrailways.com.
WOWOAM Fort Wayne.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
Come down to the final seconds here in the intermission as both teams have retaken the ice. Shane Albarani and Robbie Irons with you here, and Icemen lead it 2-0, and it has been, using your word, Robbie, a shaky, to say the least.
Well, they can turn it around, there's no doubt about it, but this is a good time to start it right now. They're outshot 11-6 as they were last night, but they came back with a strong second and third period, and hopefully they can turn it on. It's pretty tough to control that, but hopefully they got a chance of coming back against this Evansville team.
Well, we start the period off 5-on-5 as the puck is dropped, and it's controlled by the Icemen. Here's Monteith with a cross-ice pass, comes up along the far boards and into the Comet zone. Puck rolling on Corbett. He goes high off the glass, and is going to send it right back down to Monteith. He will send it back over to the opposite side and back into the Comet zone. It rolls. Goes back behind the net. Here's Corbett. Corbett pinned up against the glass by Andrew Zay, and Zay can't come away with it. Comes up again up along the near boards. Now swung back down low to Zay. Zay in the corner. Out to the blue line. Here's the shot. Roll, and they score.
Not much you can do there. Shot from the point, blocked. And then the man picked it up, the loose puck, chipped at it, put it in the net.
Andrew Harrison is going to pick up the goal. And again, the shot was blocked. It just kind of rolled, and Harrison was right there and just knocked it home. And there wasn't much Spencer Martin can do. And just like that, it's
35-second mark
to nothing. Harrison with the backhander. And Evansville has got the lead at 3-0. That was Harrison's 7th of the season. And the Komets have got to get some offense going, or things might get out of hand here at the Coliseum tonight.
Yeah, they banked it off the boards, and the Evansville defense stood up, put it right back on the net.
So the puck is dropped, and the Komets have it. Cure taken right off the play as he unloads the puck in the Evansville zone, comes down in the corner, and up along the blue line. Thomas tries to get his shot, played ahead, and all the way into the Komet zone, where Spencer Martin swings it over to Cody Soul. Soul off the glass. Puck comes down to the Evansville blue line and comes down into the corner and back behind the net for Himmelson. He whips one around, comes out to Thrush, goes back behind the net. Out to Nathan Moon on the right side and played all the way into the Komet zone. Here's a shot on Martin, knocked away, comes down into the corner. And now back behind the net it rolls. Up along the far boards, here is Schaafsma with it. Schaafsma gains the blue line, spins around, gets it down low into the corner, back behind the net. Schaafsma will come off for a line change. Barczuk goes off the skate of Crowder, goes back behind the net. Here we are in front. Szydlowski with a shot, and Banksburg hanging on and making the save.
Yeah, Evansville gave the puck away there. The referee got in the way and got it hit off his skate. The loose puck was there. They threw it out in front, and Szydlowski walked in with a one-timer up high up the goaltender's chest. Bensberger made the save. No rebound. Good chance. They don't put it away, though.
18:25 to go in the second period, and the Komets trail it 3-0 to the last place Evansville Icemen. Here's a shot. Banksburg makes the stop out to the blue line to Beaupre. He whips it around, goes back behind the net. And it comes up to the blue line again. Beaupre tries to keep it in. He gets pressured, and the puck squirts loose and comes down into the Komet zone, where Szydlowski has to retreat backwards, gives it up to Paul Crowder. Crowder to Schaafsma. Schaafsma now coming in. He can't get a shot off. It was broken up by Leonard. Schaafsma up along the near wall, taken away again, and back come the Icemen on the attack. Here's Fawcett flipping it forward, hits the end boards, and here is Denis. Here's the rookie Denis up along the left side.
Penalty coming up.
Play it in, and here comes Martin off for the extra attacker. Delayed call.
Evansville going to get a penalty.
And Schaafsma has it, and it's touched up, and a cross-check will be the call.
Yeah, Spencer Martin got out of the net. They got the extra attacker on, but they could not get a play other than they got the puck down deep in the Evansville zone. The face-off will be in Evansville, so we'll work it from there. Power play for the Komets.
It'll be Jordan Sims being sent off, and Sims cross-checking Minor. And the Komets go on the man advantage for the second time tonight. 0 for 1 so far tonight. And the Komets sport the second best power play in the ECHL this year.
They've had a couple of power play situations already, but weren't able to get much going. So they need to get something working right now. Definitely a goal on this one.
Here's Friedmann to center up this power play unit as he stands in there to take the drop, and it will be Casey Thrush on the other side. And Friedmann is able to kick it clear, comes up to the blue line. Now swung around to the near side. And it'll be Barczuk back to Friedmann. Friedmann and Zay come together along the far boards. Himmelson is there, and he bats it right back down the length of the ice. Goes wide of Martin, hits the end boards, and it comes out to Garrett Meurs. Meurs goes back behind the net. He drops it off for Denis. Onto the right side. Now they coming in. Here we go. Here's Meurs. Meurs down low. Now he gets a little bit of space, spreads things out, comes back down low, and here's Friedmann. Friedmann with a wraparound in front, has Thomas, and he just missed it wide.
And got it on his stick, got it on Thomas's stick, but the defenseman had a hold of it, but couldn't get a real good shot off, and the goaltender finally got out there and grabbed it, but they moved the puck in front of the net. They got it to the man they wanted, couldn't get a good shot off.
Now both teams get a line change, and a face-off to the left of Banksburg. 16:51 to go in the second period. Our score is 3-0 Evansville. And Paul Crowder to take the face-off with Nathan Moon. And up along the far boards, Barczuk gets a hold of it, backhander all the way down, and here's Martin to stop it. Martin to Szydlowski. Back down low, and here's Corbett. Komets still with 1 minute to go on the power play. As Corbett quickly whips it over to Paul Crowder, gets past the D-man, puts it in front, and he had Schaafsma, and Schaafsma couldn't connect. Montgomery now, his turn with it. Montgomery upstairs to the blue line. Here's Szydlowski. Out to Corbett. Corbett in the high slot. He whips one in, and a shot and a save made.
Rebound.
In the near boards, the far boards, here's Montgomery to Schaafsma. Backhander out to Szydlowski. Upstairs it goes to the blue line. Corbett tries to whip one home, and that one goes wide. Up along the far boards, it's Crowder. Crowder gives it a look, comes upstairs to the point. It's Corbett with it. Now back over. Here's Crowder dropping it down low. Has a man in front. It's Montgomery. Now he's tangled up, and the shot goes wide. Comes over onto the opposite corner for Szydlowski. in front again. Cross ice pass to Crowder. Down to 13 seconds to go on the power play. Szydlowski up top. One-timer. That one goes off the post.
Frank, you heard that one.
And Corbett. Just another inch. He has a goal. Now Montgomery with a chance. That one goes wide. And Szydlowski.
All even. 5-on-5 again.
Back behind the net. Montgomery couldn't connect. And coming out of the penalty box, here's Sims. He jumps up into the play. He's got it. Gets tangled up with Szydlowski. Still has it. And now Corbett takes on off of his stick. Comes up along the far boards. Now batted right back down in. And Evansville got it. Here's a shot. Weidman with another opportunity. A third chance. And that one goes wide. Up along the far boards. Down low. Here's Cure. Cure with a backhander. Intercepted at the blue line. And another shot whistled wide. Comes up along the near boards for Zay. Zay gets tangled up with Krunk. And it comes down off the hand of Schaafsma and turned back the other way by Mac Olson. Cody Corbett has it up along the far boards in his own zone. Out to Cure. And he pushes it forward. Comes out to Leo Thomas off of his stick. And into the corner for Kyle Thomas. Now back up along the near boards with 14:34 to go in the second. And the Icemen have it again. Here's Weidman at the blue line. Out to Monteith, up along the far boards and into the Comet zone. Here's Martin. He will spin it off the boards, comes down into the corner. And now we got a tangle up down low here on the near side corner in the Comet zone. Everybody down there. Go Beaupre trying to grind at it. Hamannik comes in to help out as well.
5 players bunking in there.
So far, the linesman's letting them play. And now the puck pops loose, comes over into the far corner where it's picked up by Hamannik. Hamannik out to Krunk. Krunk hits the blue line. And the Icemen had numbers. Nice defensive play as they turn it back the other direction. Coming back down is Zay. He whips one into the Comet zone. Stopping it is Martin. Comes back behind the net for Cody Soul. He plays it up along the right-hand side. Out to Kyle Thomas. Thomas weaves through traffic. Gets it into the Evansville zone. Goes back behind the net with 13:33 to go in the second. It is 3-0 Evansville from the top. Here's a shot by Cure. It rolls wide. Comes out to Thomas. Back up top to the point. Now it's Cody Soul's chance. And that one will get above the glass. And we'll have a whistle and a face-off coming up. We'll take a quick break. You listen to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
This is Scrap Chat with Max Hall, reminding you that while all metal has value, not all metal recyclers value you. At OmniSource, guys like me tell you what your metal's worth and how to make it worth even more the next time. Because we grind up and spit out scrap, not customers. Find freight advice and fair payment at an OmniSource yard near you in the Fort Wayne area. For locations and a list of metals we buy, visit OmniSource.com or call 855-OMNIBUY, 855-666-4289.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
The Komets get a couple of quick chances down in the Evansville zone, but didn't net any goals. And Evansville comes down, and they get a shot on Spencer Martin, and he makes the stop. So the face-off will be in the Comet zone.
13:06 to go, down by 3. We need a quick one here. Turn it around, guys.
Here's Montgomery in the corner. Throws one up along the far boards for Garrett Meurs. Meurs tries to go to the rookie Friedmann off of his skates. And it comes back in the Comet zone. Here's Weidman, who's got a goal tonight. Takes a shot, and Spencer Martin makes the save with the glove and gets a whistle.
That one was up high on the short side. Spencer down on the knees, just reached up, grabbed out of the air. Looked a little sharper on that play there as he got another whistle and a line change coming up for both teams now.
Face off to the left of Spencer Martin.
Next home game for the Komets Wednesday night here. Quad City, we'll see them again. They were in about 2 weeks ago in 2 games. Put it to the Komets pretty good. So nice payback game on Wednesday night.
And Quad City still looking to lock up a playoff spot. So those 2 points can be very important to them come Wednesday night. Komets also hoping to get Jordan Southorn and Mike Embach back in the lineup come Wednesday. There's Jamie Schaafsma with it, carries it into the zone, and quickly turned back the other way up along the far boards into the Comet end. It's played and right back the other direction to Becksburg. He will stop it, and he will leave it for Monteith. Monteith on the right side comes out to Harrison. Harrison had the 3rd Evansville goal tonight. Into the corner it's played. Corbett up along the far boards. And here's Zay with it. Comes up top. Here's a shot knocked away by Corbett. Comes up along the far boards and now into the corner. Here's Turgeon with a shot. That one is clear. And it comes all the way out to the center line. Turgeon will whip one around. Comes out to Hamonic. And Hamonic up along the far boards has a man down the right side. And coming in is Crowder. Crowder with it. Got it poke checked away up along the near boards. And out to the blue line. Crowder has it again. Up top to Cure. Cure stepping up. He walks in and the shot is blocked. And it rolls all the way down to the Comet zone. Soul has to come in and cut off his man. That was Thrush who was coming down the ice. He plays it into the Evansville zone. And the puck now rolls into the corner. Himmelson in after it. Takes a big hit by Leo Thomas. Comes upstairs. Here's Soul. And he rips one. And Banksburg makes the save.
Yeah, right out on the goal crease there. And Saul let that go pretty hard. Right through the screen. He made the save down in the pads. No rebound. Good shot.
So Cody Soul had a nice scoring opportunity there, but again, the Komets trail 3-0. 11:19 to go here in the second period.
Get one, we'll get three.
Got to get that first one. That's the most important one right now.
That's the trick.
So the face-off will be in the Evansville zone. And Banksburg, who has played well, he's seen a lot of shots by the Fort Wayne Komets.
Yes, he has.
Including tonight and last weekend. And when he saw 43 of them in a losing effort.
Komets coming back on the shot clock a little bit now. They've got 8 shots in this period, only 4 by Evansville, so they're starting to pump away at them.
Now here comes Evansville. They cross over the blue line. Here's Fawcett dropping it back. Here's a shot, and hanging on is Spencer Martin. No, it comes loose. Couldn't get the whistle, so play will continue. And the puck rolls down to the blue line. Ratowski has it in his own end. Gets chased out of there by Crunk. Cross-ice pass, sends it up along the near wing. And out to Fawcett off of his stick. Coming back down is Beaupre. Dropping it down low, back along the far boards. And Kyle Thomas bounces off of his stick, but here is Denis with it. Simone Denis gets into the Evansville zone, crosses over the blue line. He is going to have to come off for a line change as he gets it in deep. And now gloving it out of the air is Garrett Meurs. No, it goes off of his glove, and the puck's going to roll down to Spencer Martin. Martin will stop it. Play it back out to Meurs, who'll skate in front of his own net. He dishes off to Cody Corbett. Got a man in the middle. Here's Montgomery with a backhander, and Banksburg makes the stop.
Got a piece of it.
Got the blocker up in time. And down low is Friedmann. Friedmann gets it tied up with the defenseman down low. Puck is still loose. Where is it? And finally, the referee will blow the whistle. It got tangled up in the jersey of Michael Monteith.
Good burst of the Komets coming up the ice. 3 nice passes right into Montgomery. Walked in, went to the backhand. Burkbank come up with a nice stick save going up high on him. But Montgomery, nice play, nice shot.
So both teams will get a line change and a face-off coming up in the Evansville zone. 10:03 to go here in the second period, so we're about halfway gone here in this period as the puck is dropped. And it comes out to Szydlowski, takes the shot,
rebound.
Save, rebound, comes right to Banksburg, and he gobbles it up and gets a whistle.
Yeah, Crowder right there got a piece of the rebound as Szydlowski let it go down low. The rebound come loose. Crowder got a whack at it and a loose puck. But again, Bensberger made the save on it and held on.
So that takes us to the break. We got a timeout on the ice, so we'll step away. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
Wake up to a great breakfast at a great price with Tim Hortons' new 2 for $4 breakfast sandwich deal. You get 2 breakfast sandwiches with your choice of sausage or bacon with egg and American cheese on a freshly baked home-style biscuit or English muffin for just $4. Guys, it's a deal so good, I'm on my way over right now. Literally. Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop. Great tasting breakfast, amazing coffee. At participating U.S. restaurants. Offer available on breakfast sandwiches for a limited time plus applicable taxes. Single sandwiches at regular price.
Are you looking for a great way to entertain family, friends, clients, or employees? Or just treat yourself to a night of entertainment? Luxury suites or club seats at the Memorial Coliseum can be exactly what you're looking for. Whether it's a Fort Wayne Komet hockey game or other sporting event, a concert or family show, suites and club seats at the Coliseum are available on a single event basis. Amazing food and drinks delivered right to your seat. You'll never miss a moment of the action. Call the Premium Seating Office, 260-480-2186. About the suites and club seats at the Memorial Coliseum. Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
9:56 to go in the second period. Shots are now even up at 16, but the Komets still trail it 3-0. As Beaupre retreats back into his own end up along the far boards. Here's a cross-ice pass to Friedmann. He catches it right on the tape, and it comes back the other way. It's poke checked away. Coming down into the Komet zone. It's Weidman. Gets pushed out by Friedmann. He tries to set it up.
He's gone. Meurs is gone.
And here's, puck rolling on Meurs. Goes over his stick. Going to touch it up. Goes back behind the net. Meurs taken off the play by his own man. And here come the Icemen. Into the zone they come. Top of the circle. Himmelson eyes a shot down low. They score.
Nice pass. They found the man wide open in front in the high slot. Gave him a nice pass on his stick. Quick shot. Martin couldn't get back down to where he had to be. And it goes right underneath everybody. They go ahead 4-0.
And Fawcett picks up the goal. And it looks like that's going to be a night for Spencer Martin. Here comes Pat Nagle. So Spencer Martin, who played great last night, just did not have it tonight at all. And here comes Pat Nagle after Martin gives up 4 straight. And Nagle will come into the hockey game. Nagle 27 wins on the season, a goals against average of 2.36. As we get the word on the goal, Himmelson the assist, and Fawcett will get credit for the goal. And that is the 21st of the season for Tyson Fawcett.
Well, see if this wakes the forwards up in the defense and gets them going. Nagle in the nets again right now, coming at the 10:45 mark of the period.
Here's Cure back at his own blue line. His team down by 4. Comes down into the corner and back behind the net. Working for it is Kyle Thomas up along the near side. And it comes down to Cody Soul down in the Komet zone. Now Olsen takes it off of his stick. Here's a centering pass broken up by Cure. And Cure goes back behind the net. And here is Cody Soul. Soul pushes it ahead to Crunk. Tries to go down the middle of the ice looking for Leo Thomas. Pass too tall for him. Up along the far boards and coming all the way down to the Komet end.
Waved off. No icing.
Cody Corbett takes it off the end board, skates around his own net, brings it back up as he cuts it to the middle of the ice, dishes off on the right-hand side, and Leo Thomas gets it into the corner. 8:21 to go in the second period. 4-0 Evansville. Trying to give the Komets a little bit of credit there.
Not yet.
As here's Schaafsma, gets dumped on the play. Icemen bring it into the zone, and here's Corbett. Corbett off the boards, comes up to the blue line. Crowder with it, and he zips it over, and he gets it to Szydlowski. Now to Schaafsma. Schaafsma takes a shot. Banksburg to save. And down to Szydlowski. Here's a centering pass. Banksburg got a stick on it, and it comes along the far boards out to the blue line. Here's Cody Corbett with it. Tries to flip it in on net, and that one is going to be knocked away. It's going to come all the way down into the Komet zone. Turgeon gets it in deep, and Schaafsma is there for the Komets with 7:29 to go in the period. Schaafsma will leave it for Corbett as the defenseman looks to get a little bit of room out there, as Jordan Sims gives him a little bit of pressure as he throws it out to Crowder off of his stick and all the way into the Evansville zone. Into the corner, here's Himmelson. Sends it forward into the Komet zone. Here's Sims with it.
Montgomery, I believe.
Comes back behind the net as Nagle will stop it. And the Komets will skate a man down. Montgomery will be sent off with 6:59 to go in the second. 4-0 Evansville. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Here's some good policy from your local independent agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When you insure your home and car with us, you receive a multi-policy discount. And when you add Auto Owners Life Insurance, you get a special discount on your home and car insurance. Auto Owners Insurance will save you money on all of the insurance you already have. Now that's good policy. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people.
For all your insurance needs, visit Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne. Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
So the Komets will skate a man down here for the next 2 minutes. Just the second time tonight the Komets have skated a man short. But the Komets are down 4-0 as Spencer Martin gave up all 4 goals. Pat Nagle in there now as play starts here in the Komet zone. And here's Chris Rumble. Down to Nathan Moon. He goes down low to Zay in front, and he sends it through the blue paint. Comes up to the blue line. Now up along the far board, stepping up, cross ice pass to Moon. Too tall, but he's able to haul it in, and he keeps it in the zone. Here's Rumble. Over to Weidman. He takes a shot. That one's blocked. Held in, however. Diving chance there by Leo Thomas. Cannot clear it out. It goes to Weidman. He drops it down low. Tries to come over on Nagle, and it goes wide. In front of the net. Here
Finally
is
they clear it. Leo Thomas.
Leo Thomas.
He made sure that time.
Chris Rumble back behind the net with 6:13 to go in the period. Rumble gets chased out of there by Szydlowski, and he will bring it up the ice. Gains his own blue line and goes behind him to Mac Olson. He flips it in, and it comes down into the corner. Up along the far boards where Szydlowski gets a hand on it, and he zips it down the length of the ice, and it's stopped by Banksburg. Up along the far boards. And here's Tyson Fawcett with it. Fawcett, who's got a goal tonight, will get it into neutral territory. Plays it out to Ratowski. Cross ice pass. They carry it into the Komet zone. Poke checked away by Cody Soul. He cannot clear it. Puck rolling around. And now in front of the net. Here's a shot. That one's deflected. Comes down into the corner. And up along the far boards, Komets have it.
Kyle Thomas.
And here is Schaafsma over the blue line. Out to Kyle Thomas. Down low to Schaafsma. Komets skating a man down here. Here's a shot. It goes wide. And up top of the blue line. Here's Beaupre. Got it taken away by Weidman. Knocked away. Comes down into the corner. Kyle Thomas with it. And we've got 4 seconds to go on the power play and 5 minutes to go in the period.
Good job killing it off. All even. 5-on-5.
Here's Ratowski. Will throw it down. Denis stops it at his own blue line. And it comes back down to the Evansville zone. And the Komets are offside. Crunk touches it up, and a face-off coming up outside the Evansville blue line.
They did a good job killing the penalty off there. I don't think they got any shots at all on Nagle back there, and I don't think he's been tested yet. Other than a couple of scrambles around the net. They cleared the zone and got it out. So protecting their goaltender a little bit. Now let's put the offense together.
So the Komets 2 for 2 on the penalty kill tonight, but they're down 4-0 on the scoreboard. Up along the far boards, here come the Icemen. They carry it into the neutral zone, and they play it into the Komet zone where it's picked up by Hamonic. Off the boards it goes. Oh, that's going to be deflected and into the seats.
Face-off will stay in the Komet zone, I believe, as it hit an Indy player as it was shot up the boards, and the deflection will bring it outside the zone. So we get a bit of a break on the play.
Komets back here on Coliseum Ice at 7:30 on Wednesday to play Quad City. And Quad City, they still need some points. As last check, they were tied at 1 with Indianapolis at home today. And Quad City looking to lock up that 8th and final playoff spot. They're still 3 ahead of Tulsa with 4 games to play on their schedule. 4:21 to go in this one in the second period. The Komets have it. Here's Corbett. Steps in front of his own net. Goes up the boards to Szydlowski. Now out to Hamonic. Puck goes under the stick of Schaafsma. Touched up. Goes back behind the net. And it goes to Banksburg. He has to knock it away. And the Iceman
will be icing down the other end.
Iceman will ice it. And we'll take another break. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
Are you special? Every time you see an envelope, do you push it? Well, Partners First Federal Credit Union has the mortgage as unique as you. No more one size fits all. Get fixed or adjustable rates, terms that fit you, and loan servicing that will never be sold. Get the individual attention you deserve from Partners First Federal Credit Union. Visit any of their 7 Fort Wayne area locations.
Promotion runs April 1st through May 31st, 2016. Some restrictions may apply. Standard underwriting guidelines apply. Partners First Federal Credit Union is an equal housing lender and is federally insured through the NCUA.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
And off the icing, we get playing the puck with a high stick. So we will line it up and have another drop. This time it'll be outside the Evansville blue line.
Tough for the crowd to keep into it. They're waiting for something to happen. And like I say, they need a goal sooner or later here to keep it going. They get a goal, we'll be coming back.
Face off outside the Evansville blue line, and Nathan Moon will take it with Leo Thomas. And it comes to Garrett Meurs. Meurs drops it back to Soul at the blue line. And Soul goes up along the far boards to Meurs. Gets it past the D-man as he sends it in back behind the net. And here's Crunk with it, tries to center it. Pass broken up by Nathan Moon. Comes up along the far boards and into the corner. And back behind the net, Leo Thomas and Ratowski fight for it. Crunk and Moon now digging in there, back behind the net. And it comes up top to Cure with a shot. Comes on Bensberg, makes the save. And back out to the blue line to Cure. Cure stepping up. Here's a shot. Bensberg makes the save. Komets have just not been able to solve the puzzle of Banksburg as the puck comes down to the Komet zone. In front of the net, taken off the play is Cure, and a penalty called.
Going to draw a penalty.
And the Komets have it. Here's Cure with it.
Nagle out of the net, extra attacker.
Goes to Schaafsma. Up along the far boards. Here's Cure, now back to Schaafsma as Nagle is out for the extra attacker. And over the blue line they come on sides. Here's Crowder with the shot. Banksburg the save. Rebound. Komets still have it. In front, comes up top of the blue line, and play will continue as the puck comes all the way down to the Komet zone. Komets will get a line change here on the delayed call. Szydlowski back behind the net.
Getting organized.
Komets get a little extra power play time here as Schaafsma carries over the blue line out to Kyle Thomas. Thomas up top to the point. Here's Denis with a shot.
On the net.
Save made by Banksburg, and that will draw the whistle.
Yep, got the shot up a little too high on that one from the point. Goaltender was able to see it and catch it and kill the play, but they keep the face-off in the Evansville zone is what they wanted. Nagle back in the net. The Komets go on power play for 2 minutes and 14 seconds in the period. 2 of it will be power play time. Let's make it happen, guys.
Andrew Harrison gets the marker. He's got a goal tonight, but he will sit out the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, this hasn't clicked at all tonight. We've had 3 power plays and nothing really got us going on it.
Friedmann and Zay on the face-off. Comes up to the blue line. Here's Denis. Out to Meurs, top of the circle. Going down low. And he's got Kyle Thomas back upstairs to Denis. Cross-ice pass to Friedmann. Now back over to Meurs on the opposite side. Meurs on the left-hand side. Comes down low.
Too tight.
And he goes to Kyle Thomas. Now Thomas taken off the play by Curtis Leonard. Comes off the boards and out of the zone. It's play. All the way down where it stops by Pat Nagle, who is in relief of Spencer Martin. Here's Friedmann. Gets it into the Evansville zone. They're on sides. Komets work on a power play. On the point, here's the rookie Denis. Back over to Friedmann. Got a little bit of room, creeping in, and his pass is blocked and out of the zone. It's play. Coming down to Denis. Pass out to Friedmann. Sends it over the blue line. Here's Meurs. Meurs coming in on Banksburg. He makes the save, and Meurs goes all the way into the net as he tries to carry it in. Just his momentum.
Well, he slid into the goaltender, and when he got in there, he was trying to jab at the puck, and the goaltender's fighting him off, and a few hands wailing away, but no harm done. Meurs gets out of there as quick as he can, and everybody breaks up. No penalties on the play.
That was a typical Garrett Meurs play.
Yes, it was.
Just going all out. He goes in the net. Next thing you know, fists are flying in the net.
Yeah, he got the shot on goal, and then he slid into the net and into the goaltender looking to try to bang it in. But pretty good goaltender back there, Bensberger, and he made the save. A pretty big boy, too.
1:14 to go in the period. Komets have a minute left on the power play. And here's Schaafsma. Up along the far wall, up top. Here's Corbett at the blue line. Has Szydlowski. Szydlowski takes a shot. That one is knocked down.
Last minute of the period.
Himmelson got the block, but the Komets still control it. Up top to Corbett at the blue line. Over to Szydlowski. Szydlowski stepping up, drops it down low. Here's Montgomery. Just missed that far post. Comes up top of the blue line. Corbett cannot save it. The Komets have to get back on side. Szydlowski rims one around, goes off the stick of Banksburg, comes up along the far boards, and out the blue line it goes, and out of the zone it goes. Here's Corbett spinning around, turning the corner. Gets it to the Evansville blue line. Komets are back on sides, but it's quickly batted back the other direction as Corbett takes a peek at the clock with 6 seconds to go in the power play. And here's Szydlowski in the slot, takes his shot. Banksburg got a piece of it. Comes
all even, 5 on 5.
Szydlowski, Curtis Leonard down low. Komets still have it with 7 seconds to go in the period. Szydlowski with it. Sid still working with 3 seconds, looking for someone to hand it off to. Here's Crowder, his centering pass. Nothing doing as the period expires. Komets could not get a shot off. Well, 4-0. Not much good to say about this one, but it is interesting that this is Evansville's last trip to Fort Wayne ever. And, of course, you know, this could be Coach Al Sims' last trip to Fort Wayne. And right now his team's winning 4-0.
Well, they outshoot Evansville this time 13-6, but they can't turn it around. Still giving the puck away and still making a few mistakes in their own zone. And didn't give Spencer Martin much help back there at all until they built up a 4-0 lead. They take him out, put Nagels in, and I don't think Nagels had 1 or 2 shots on goal. Maybe 1 is all he had, so he was never tested. As defensively, they seemed to tighten up a bit and started to force the play down the other end, but not able to solve the goaltending situation with Bensberger back there, who's played very good and played very well the last time we saw him here. So we still got a heck of a job ahead of us. Down 4. Need a goal in a hurry in this third period. And Banksburg, he's seen an awful lot of Komet shooters over the past couple of games. Yep. He was actually came in relief down in Evansville a couple of weeks ago on St. Patrick's Day when he came in relief. Then he saw 43 shots a week ago here at the Coliseum. So I think he might know a little bit of something about these shooters here tonight. Well, we've got 19 on them so far tonight, but that's still not enough. We got to come out here and get a 20 barrage on them and see if we can get 20 good shots on them and see if we can score 3 or 4 goals. So the Komets have got a lot of work ahead of them coming up here in the third period. We'll take a break. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Save on gasoline and get free Komet Hockey tickets. Get a Marathon Visa card at any Marathon station and earn up to 25 cents per gallon rebate. Also, pick up a Komets fill-up card and earn a buy one, get one free ticket offer to any Friday night regular season home game. At Marathon, you can earn a 25 cents per gallon savings on gas and a free game ticket. Marathon, fueling the American spirit.
Have you had an MRI and later were shocked by the high cost of your copay? Your out-of-pocket insurance cost can be 3 times higher depending on where you go. Call us first. Find out your estimated costs before your exam. And if you don't have insurance, pay as little as $4.25. Why pay more? It's your choice where you go. Choose from our 3 locations. Auburn, Decatur, or Fort Wayne open MRI on Lake Avenue.
Hey, we have some good news for the new year. Eating a little better just got a lot easier. Because Applebee's took grill and bar favorites you love and made them a little better for you. Stop by today and try our new grilled onion sirloin with stout gravy, shrimp wonton stir fry, or hot shot whiskey chicken, starting at $9.99. All of the bold flavor, less of the calories. Only at Applebee's. Price and participation varies.
Bees Late Night means half-price select appetizers. Unwind with us Sunday through Thursday after 9 p.m.
On the ice, on the court, or on the field, the Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are there to provide complete orthopedic care for injured athletes or weekend warriors. Fort Wayne Orthopedics and the Orthopedic Hospital of Lutheran Health Network, official sports medicine provider for the Komets and an integral part of Fort Wayne sports for over 20 years. Go where the pros go. The Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are a dedicated team of sports medicine specialists, licensed trainers, and therapists, specially trained to keep you in the game.
Pass on your love of gardening to your children by letting them explore the garden with Midwest Gloves and Gear's full line of Disney products. Mickey Mouse, princesses, Minnie Mouse, Cars, Fairies, and Frozen are featured in Midwest Disney line of products, including gloves, hats, watering cans, buckets, tools, and much more. When you need gloves and gear, think Midwest Gloves and Gear. Chillicothe, Missouri. Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Well, when the Komets are trailing after 2 periods of play, they are just 1-12-2 on the season. Evansville, when leading after 2 periods of play, are 12-1-6. And right now, the Evansville Icemen are in command of this one by a score of 4-0. So a bit of a surprise of events here at the Coliseum. Maybe a little bit of a letdown for the Komets after getting the win against Indianapolis last night here at home by a score of 5-2, which wrapped up the Midwest Division for the Komets, and that was coupled with the Cincinnati loss. So that gave the Komets the division and a possible 2, or at the worst, a 3 seed in the Western Conference come playoff time. But Komets have not put hardly anything together tonight. It has been just kind of a sloppy affair tonight for the Komets. Spencer Martin started this game. It was his second start of the season, but he was chased after giving up that 4th goal. Pat Nagle came into the game. He played 7 minutes and 1 second in that second period and did not see a shot. Spencer Martin has seen or saw 17 shots, made 13 saves, and gave up 4 goals against. Recapping the scoring in this one, again, it's been all Evansville. So far, 4 unanswered goals. Things started off at 3:18 of the first period by Thrush, his 3rd of the season. Moon and Rumble the assists. It was Adam Weidman's 14th of the season at 4:11 of the first period. Fawcett and Sims the assist on that one. It was Andrew Harrison's 7th at 35 seconds of the second period. So Evansville wasted no time getting on the board in the second stanza. Monteith the assist. And then it was Tyson Fawcett, his 21st of the season. Himmelson and Strandberg picking up the assist that came at 10:45. Christopher Banksburg has been perfect for Evansville. He has seen 20 shots, and he has stopped all 20 of them. Komets 0 for 3 on the power play. Evansville 0 for 2. 6 minutes in penalties on 3 infractions for the Icemen. Fort Wayne has had 2 infractions for 4 minutes. Our first penalty of the game came in the first period. It was handed out to Leo Thomas, a 2-minute tripping minor at 5:14. And then Andrew Himmelson, a 2-minute tripping minor at 8:32. Jordan Sims picked up a cross-checking minor at 2:27 of the second period, and then Brock Montgomery picked up the second marker of the night for the Komets. It is a boarding minor at 13:01, and Andrew Harrison with the final penalty of the second period. It was 2 minutes for tripping at 17:46. And that gives us a score of 4-0 at the end of 2 periods of play. We have a little bit of an extended intermission as we have some things going on the ice tonight. So we'll have an extended intermission report here this evening between periods number 2 and number 3. So I'll give you a chance to remind everyone the Komets still in action. 2 more home games here in the regular season, starting with Wednesday against Quad City. And, of course, those points mean a whole lot to Quad City right now, as it'll be a Deuces Wild Wednesday, the final one of the regular season. Get 2 tickets for only $22. You can save $16 that night on your tickets, and there will also be just $2 beers and $2 sodas all night long. That is this Wednesday at 7:30 versus Quad City, and you can only get those tickets at the Coliseum ticket office or by calling the Komets at 483-0011, and you want to ask for the Deuces Wild Wednesday offer. And then again, to finish up the regular season, Indianapolis is in town on Saturday to finish up the regular season. We'll have the annual end-of-season awards that night as we wrap up the regular season, and hopefully we will know who will be playing in the playoffs in that first round come next weekend. The Komets have one more road game, and that's Friday in Indianapolis, game time at 7:30. We'll take a break here during this extended intermission report. You are listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has added some new members to the team. Introducing the all-new Renegade with legendary Jeep performance and incredible fuel economy, starting at $17,995 minus incentives. Also now on the starting lineup is the all-new redesigned Ram Rebel. With its striking design and powerful standard engine, this is a new crowd favorite with a muscle to back it up. The new scrapper on the team is the all-new Dodge Hellcat. With 707 horsepower, this secret weapon will leave the competition wondering what hit them. O'Daniel is a proud sponsor of Komet Hockey, and we invite all the fans to come experience the difference in your next car buying experience. See the complete lineup of new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks, all at O'Daniel on Illinois Road next to Meyer, or online at o'danielauto.com.
If you treated your smartphone like greasy fast food treats your body...
Should I hang the picture here?
A little higher. Yeah, perfect.
I'll get the hammer.
No, don't be silly. I'll use my phone.
Wait!
You'd have no way to watch cat videos. So say no to greasy fast food and treat your body to the new rotisserie-style chicken sandwich from Subway. Made with tender, hand-pulled, all-white meat chicken raised without antibiotics. With your choice of fresh veggies on freshly baked bread. The Subway Sandwich Shop. Fresh is what we do.
Here's some good policy from your local agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When your insurance policy comes from us, it comes with something extra, a real person. Don't buy from an insurance company with an 800 number and a voicemail menu. Auto Owners Insurance operates exclusively through local independent agencies here to help you 24/7. Now that's good policy.
For all your insurance needs, visit Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn. Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at the Memorial Coliseum as everyone is enjoying some extended festivities going on here at the Coliseum as the Komets find themselves down by a score of 4-0 heading to the final 20 minutes of play here in Fort Wayne as the Komets finishing out the series with the Evansville Icemen, as this will be the last game the Komets will ever play against a team from Evansville, as the Icemen will go dark next season, and they are going to take their time before they move their operation across the river into Kentucky, and they will be rejoining the league in the 2017-2018 season, along with a team from Worcester, Massachusetts, as we just found out today that team will be now called the Railers with an R, so that might be a little confusing when they go to Wheeling to play the Nailers. So the Railers and Nailers will be participating in the ECHL coming up in the 2017-2018 season. Well, we still have to get rid of the 2016 season, and we still have a week left in the regular season, and we have got some final scores now to report. We have got Brampton tonight over Adirondack by a score of 4-1. Norfolk 1, Reading 3. That one has gone final, so the Royals get the victory. Indianapolis and Quad City, they are tied at 2. They are just now coming to the end of the second period, and also a tie hockey game in Toledo tonight. Wheeling is up, Wheeling and Toledo are tied at 1. That game being played in Toledo tonight. The Sport One Parkview Ice House is proud to be the official practice facility of the Fort Wayne Komets. Located on Ice Way across from Glenbrook Commons, the Ice House is Fort Wayne's home for hockey. Have some fun during your spring break and register for their skating and hockey camps. Learn a new sport or fine-tune your skills with the help of their certified instructors. Register today at icesports.com/Fort Wayne. And you can also learn to skate at the Ice House. You want to take a look at all of their Learn to Skate classes at icesports.com/Fort Wayne. Of course, with spring break coming up this week, you want to get all the fun at the Parkview Ice House coming up during your spring break next week. Again, the score is 4-0. Komets right now being shut out. And the last time the Komets were shut out, they've only been shut out twice all this season. The last time was back on January 10th at Quad City. It was a 2-0 loss. And then the other game was also a 2-0 loss, but you got to go all the way back to November 22nd at Brampton. So the Komets looking to avoid another shutout here tonight here on home ice. It would be the first time the Komets have been shut out here at the Coliseum all season long. The Midwest Division champion, the Fort Wayne Komets, are going to open up the Kelly Cup playoffs right here at home on Friday, April 15th and Saturday, April 16th. Tickets are now on sale. Get your Komet playoff tickets at the Coliseum ticket office or at Komets.com. And, of course, we still do not know who the Komets will be playing. It is a possibility the Komets could be playing a opponent they have not played all season. It could possibly be Utah or even Idaho at this point. But right now it looks like it's probably going to be Cincinnati, and that's going to be good news really for everybody. It'll be a short trip for both teams. Of course, a lot of Komet fans will also be able to make the trip down to Cincinnati for games 3, 4, and 5, but we do know the first 2 games, regardless of the opponent, will be played right here at the Coliseum on April 14th and 15th. We'll be back in a moment. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Hey girls, want to go to a group class at Spies tonight? I think I'm headed to spin class. The upbeat music and the energetic instructors help me enjoy exercising.
Well, I want to go to yoga. There's nothing better than a calming workout after a stressful day at the office.
I've heard they have Aqua Zumba, but I don't have a Spies membership. How can I try to see if I like it?
Simply bring your Komet ticket stub to receive a free 1-week trial. With over 100 group class times, Spies Fitness has a variety of classes to fit anyone's schedule and fitness routine. All group and aqua classes are free to members. Spies Fitness is the premier club offering the most services and amenities in Fort Wayne. In addition to the clean, spacious facility and amazing staff, Spies also offers flexible membership plans, corporate and insurance discounts, and affordable child care. Visit Spies Fitness, located conveniently off I-69, and bring your Komet ticket stub to receive a free 1-week trial.
Are you looking for a great way to entertain family, friends, clients, or employees? Or just treat yourself to a night of entertainment? Luxury suites or club seats at the Memorial Coliseum can be exactly what you're looking for. Whether it's a Fort Wayne Komet hockey game or other sporting event, a concert or family show, suites and club seats at the Coliseum are available on a single event basis. Amazing food and drinks delivered right to your seat. You'll never miss a moment of the action. Call the Premium Seating Office, 260-480-2186. About the suites and club seats at the Memorial Coliseum.
Once upon a galaxy in a world far, far ago.
This party is lame. There's no cool kids here.
But Dad, you planned the party.
You're right. I'm tired of being in the doghouse. The other dads are laughing at me and throwing cats. That's seriously bad.
Since Father Figure was concerned with his approval rating, he knew we needed to act fast.
We need someone to bring the fun stat.
How about me, kids?
Get out of here, you. You're bat poop crazy. And besides, I'm 43.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
Well, we dodged a rubber chicken with that one.
Now, since Father Figure had incurred the wrath of the Clown Mafia, he knew he needed to overcompensate and get some cool points fast. Oh, yes. Cool points are like gold. Pretty shiny gold.
I need to call Tag Art. Give me that phone, Joey.
It's Tommy.
That's what I said, Frank. I'm dialing 456-6999.
With that, Father Figure was instantly connected to Tag Art, where a whole list of service options were laid out before him. Caricatures, face painting, costume characters, stilt walkers, and beyond. No pressure, no egos, and all local talent. Tax-paying artists, bully.
And no more flying cats.
Father Figure further learned of Tag Art's website, tagartcompany.com, where he could see samples of work and not just trust a stranger with a great phone voice.
He did have a great phone voice.
So the next time you need to bring the fun to your party, college, office, mitzvah, reception, or general wacky-doo shindig.
They do wacky-doo, too?
They truly do. For you, too. No poo. So get the tag team, and you'll know why they say,
Tag, we're it.
Hey, it's me, your checking account. Listen, there was some suspicious activity like a week ago. Yeah, I meant to tell you earlier, but I forgot. Sorry.
We were curious. Wouldn't you rather have a checking account that puts you in the know faster and helps stop account fraud faster? Open a Fifth Third checking account with instant alerts at 53.com/alerts and get transaction notifications right to your phone. Fifth Third Bank, the curious bank. Member FDIC, $50 minimum deposit to open a checking account. Mobile data and text message charges may apply. Contact provider for details, subject to internet banking terms and conditions.
Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at the Memorial Coliseum. Shane Albarani here tonight, and the Komets find themselves down by a score of 4-0 heading into the third period of play, and this could be Coach Al Sims' last game ever coached at the Coliseum, as again Evansville will not exist next year. Not sure what Coach Sims' future holds for him, but of course a lot of memories here in the Coliseum with Coach Sims, but he could walk away with his final game here at the Coliseum with a victory, beating his former team by a score of 4-0 at the moment. So we'll see what the third period has in store for us. Fans, if you're looking for a traditional mortgage or a product tailored to your specific needs, contact Hallmark Home Mortgage at 469-0900 or visit them at hallmarkhomemortgage.com. Oh, the playoffs coming up. There'll be some big-time roster decisions to be made. The Komets are still looking to see who they will get back from San Antonio. They are expecting some arrivals next week, but it might not happen until after the regular season has ended. And San Antonio's regular season does not end until the 15th of April, which would be game 1 of the playoffs here at the Coliseum. So the Komets may be in a situation like they were last year when they were looking for help from Lake Erie. We didn't get Mitchell Hurd back until game 3 up in Kalamazoo a season ago. So you might be looking at the same situation here where the roster as it stands right now might be the first, might be the group that's out there to start the playoffs in games 1 and 2. But the good news is the Komets do get Mike Embach and Jordan Southhorn back. They are both in the building here tonight. Both players were also here last night, but were not in the lineup, as Coach Gary Graham going to let those two players get a little bit of rest from all the travel. Of course, Mike Embach has been gone since February 24th, and believe it or not, he has maintained his team lead in goals, even though he has not played in a Komet uniform since the 24th. He has 23 goals on the season as a member of the Komets, but he's now been tied by Sean Szydlowski and Jamie Schaafsma in his absence. So we'll see who's going to win the goal-scoring title this week, as all three of those players will be in the lineup next week. We're expecting Southhorn and Embach both to be in the lineup come Wednesday. Now, the Komets will have to make some hard decisions as far as dropping players. Of course, to make room for Embach and Southhorn, they had to release one player, and that was Mason Baptista. Baptista was picked up on waivers from Wichita about 2 months ago, and Baptista certainly played very well, and we'll see if Baptista might stick around the Fort Wayne area and maybe be available for the playoffs, again, depending on what happens with the players from San Antonio coming up this week. And again, the Komets would be playing Cincinnati if the playoffs started today, and we would have some very interesting matchups in the ECHL playoffs, starting in the Western Conference. Colorado and Idaho would play each other, and Allen and Utah would get together. And over in the Eastern Conference, you would have a great rivalry matchup between Toledo and Kalamazoo. Kalamazoo right now holding down the final spot in the Eastern Conference. And if we look at the Eastern Conference standings, Kalamazoo is 77 points, but Elmira also with 77 points. Kalamazoo right now has the tiebreaker, but the Wheeling Nailers are right there in 7th spot with 78 points. So things are pretty bunched up in the Eastern Conference as well, but not quite like it is in the Western Conference, where Komets again could be going to Utah, Cincinnati, or now even Idaho in the first round of the playoffs. We'll see how things pan out this next week. We are here in the intermission report, a little bit of extended intermission report here tonight as we head to the third period of play with Komets down 4-0. We'll take one last break, and then we'll have the third period for you. Well, you are listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
Daniel Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has the values you've been looking for on all the new 2016 models. Starting at $16,405, the all-new 2016 Dodge Dart is already a bestseller with great fuel economy and sporty looks. Now get incredible savings and low monthly payments on this new model. The Ram 1500 pickup, two-time truck of the year with more power and guts than any other truck on the market. With its striking design and powerful standard engine, this is one tough truck. Also, check out our new line of commercial Pro Master vans for all your work needs. Chrysler has perfected the family vehicle with the Chrysler Town & Country. 7-passenger seating, dual TV, satellite radio, and all with a great price and exceptional value. See the complete lineup of new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks, all at O'Daniel Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram on Illinois Road next to Meyer, or online at o'danielauto.com.
On the ice, on the court, or on the field, the Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are there to provide complete orthopedic care for injured athletes or weekend warriors. Fort Wayne Orthopedics and the Orthopedic Hospital of Lutheran Health Network, official sports medicine provider for the Komets, and an integral part of Fort Wayne sports for over 20 years. Go where the pros go. The Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are a dedicated team of sports medicine specialists, licensed trainers, and therapists, specially trained to keep you in the game.
Knob Brick Company carries hundreds of styles of brick, literally something for every taste. With the change in the seasons, it's good to know that Knob also offers a wide variety of fireplaces, many of them heat and Glow's finest to add style to your home and warm it up on those cold evenings. They can even put a Heat and Glow insert into your existing fireplace to make it more efficient. Be sure to check out their fireplace showroom for some design ideas. Knob Brick is located on Fort Wayne's north side, not far from the Spies Fieldhouse. For a great Heat and Glow fireplace or that perfect brick for your home, see Knob, N-O-B, Knob Brick.
It's Chevy Truck Month. What do you want in a family of trucks? Dependability? Capability? Best-in-class available V8 fuel economy? What if you can get all of this and more? Meet the all-new 2016 Silverado 1500, the new face of strong. Now during Truck Month, see why Chevy is the fastest-growing pickup brand. See your Northeast Indiana and Ohio Chevy dealers. Best-in-class fuel economy with 5.3-liter V8 engine. EPA estimate 16 city, 23 highway MPG two-wheel drive based on latest year-to-year sales growth.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
Here we go, third period underway. Komets have got their work ahead of them. They trail it by 4. Komets have yet to get a goal on the board here tonight. Shane Albarani and Robbie Irons with you as play starts up. Evansville, they've got the puck. They send it in on Pat Nagle, gets the blocker out, and he comes over on the right side for Simone Denis. To Sean Szydlowski over the blue line. And here's Schaafsma winding up, takes a shot, he doesn't score.
No, on the goal
the line.
He was on the goal line.
And Banksburg went right off of his glove, went right behind him, and the defenseman reached back and pulled it in before it crossed the line.
Keep blasting, keep shooting, guys.
Komets have hit the post also a couple times tonight, so right now just bad luck as Szydlowski up along the far board. Goes down low to Crowder in front. And he has Schaafsma up along the far board. Cycles it around. And he has Szydlowski. Szydlowski at the blue line. Pulls it back. Comes wide. Goes down into the corner for Schaafsma. And Szydlowski has it again. Pushes it over to the blue line. Here's Beaupre with the shot. Banksburg got the hand on it. And that one will find the seat.
Well, Schaafsma was the one that got the pass over on the left side. Walked right in. Him and the goaltender let a blast go up high. It hit him in the shoulder part, went over his shoulder, dropped down in the goal crease, almost over the line, and the defenseman got there and was able to scoop it out and shoot away. The referee right away waved no goal, but it was close, and unfortunately they don't put the puck in, and that's a little disappointing right there. It would have been a big lift for everybody.
So we stay 4-0 with 18:41 to go in the third. Shots are now 20-18 in favor of the Komets. As now the referee is going over. I think he might see if this puck actually crossed the line. The goal light did not come on, and it looked like from the replay and even from up here in the booth that it didn't cross. But we're going to find out for sure as our referee goes in to the scorer's table. And no goal washes it out, so exactly what we thought.
He must have a replay camera. Is that what he's got down there?
It must be able to look at it up here, and we can see it on the replay up here on the big board that it did not cross.
Right there.
Here's another look. It it's close, but I don't think it got over. So we will stay 4-0, and the puck will be dropped in the Evansville zone.
Tough break for the Komets, but they're aggressive. They went after him. They know what they need. They need goals early.
So it comes down into the corner, comes back behind the net after the face-off. Leo Thomas meets his man there. And the puck being played down in the Evansville zone off the stick of Nathan Moon and up along the board. Back down in the corner. Here's Crunk, comes off of his stick. And here's the shot. Comes out to Meurs. Actually went to Curie. He passed up the shot, and he gave it up to Meurs, who couldn't get one off. And here's Crunk down low in the corner. Upstairs it goes to Cody Soul, who rips one in.
Right to the net again. Rebound.
Made, and it comes right back to Banksburg. And it came off of his defenseman, actually, and Banksburg makes the stop.
Yeah, Cody made a nice play at the blue line to keep it in on his backhand. Then he went to his forehand, flipped the shot at the net, went right to Banksburg, who kicked it out. The rebound got knocked down and came right back at him. And he gobbled it up this time and killed it for the faceoff. 3 good shots on goal they've had so far. We've only played a minute and 50 seconds of this period. Keep pumping them, guys.
Tied up on the dot, comes out to Szydlowski, goes back behind the net, plays it out to Schaafsma here on the right-hand side. He lost it, and Szydlowski gets it back, however. Now he lost an edge, comes down into the corner. He gets tangled up with Matthew Zay, comes over onto the far side. Here's a centering pass. Zay is right there to intercept it. as they will bring it up the ice. Weaves through some traffic, lost the puck as Denis kicks at it, but it goes out to Zay. He makes a quick shot on Nagle, and that's the first save Nagle has made since coming in relief of Spencer Martin in the second period. Simone Denis, fresh out of Ferris State, will bring it up along the far boards. Out to the blue line. Here is Schaafsma. Has to retreat backwards, gives it up to Corbett, and Corbett plays it off the stick of the defender Denis, and it comes down to Banksburg, and he will just put it in his pocket and get a whistle.
Yeah, you're not going to see him take any chances. That puck gets close to him, he's going to grab it, get a whistle, and give his team a chance to get fresh troops out there and regroup with face-offs. So it should be a sloped down period right now from the Evansville standpoint. Defense for them, offense for us, big time.
There's Banksburg, comes out to the top of the crease area, waits the puck drop, and it comes down into the near corner. Komets have it. Here's Kyle Thomas. Thomas stepping up, and he's looking to take a shot, gets through the defenders, wraps it around, puts it in front, and it's broken up by Nathan Moon. Comes off the boards, comes all the way down, and here is number 26, that's Thrush, and he sends it through and doesn't get through to Nagle. Goes back behind the Komet net, and here's Beaupre up along the far boards. Now it goes back to Beaupre. Plays it out to Barczuk. He flips one in on Banksburg, and he will again play it safe.
Kills it again. Anything at him, he's going to grab on and kill the play right now. So line change by Evansville. The Komets counteract with their line change.
So face-off coming up in the Evansville zone. Remember, the Komets back in action on Wednesday against Quad City. Just 2 more games in the regular season here at home, Wednesday and next Saturday against Indianapolis.
And Friday also in Indianapolis, which will be on radio. So 3 games for you to listen to.
And it'll be Schaafsma and Zay to take the face-off. And the puck is kicked free out to the Komet blue line, or the Evansville blue line, and sent into neutral territory where it's intercepted by Sean Szydlowski. He carries it over. Here is Crowder. Crowder getting around his man. Here's a backhander. Banksburg makes the stop, and it comes up along the far boards. Strandberg and Banksburg come together, and the Evansville Icemen come away with the puck, and into the Komet zone it rolls into the far corner. Here's Denis and Matthew Zay. They come together. Crowder comes away with the puck, however. He weaves it through the neutral zone, and into the Evansville end it comes. Szydlowski got it taken off of his stick. Now Andrew Zay with it up along the far boards. And here's Szydlowski, and he could not pull it back. Komets are offsides. 4-0 is the score. Evansville with the lead. We'll take a break. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Emergency Radio Service is the official radio provider for the Fort Wayne Komets. ERS is a Motorola partner in Fort Wayne, providing wireless voice and data systems that allow organizations across Indiana to operate their businesses more efficiently. Reach out to ERS at 260-747-0584. That's 260-747-0584. Or online at www.ers2way.com.
WOWOAM, Fort Wayne.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
15:38 to go in the game, and the Komets get another shot on net. They're now out shooting the Icemen 24-19, but have no goals to show for it. As Evansville, they've got the puck. Weidman, though, could not clear the zone. And back the other direction. Kier has to chase it down for the Komets. That'll come down. No icing on the play as Kier, the former Evansville Iceman, gathers it up back behind the net. And up along the far boards, here is Cody Soul with it. Off the skates of Leo Thomas. Chris Rumble is there, turns it back the other direction. Hits the stick of Thrush. Now back over to Mac Olson, takes the shot. Nagle makes the save. Couldn't corral it in, however, and play continues. Monteith will get it into the Komet zone. Nagle will stop it. And picking it up is Kier up along the far boards. Has Cody Soul. Soul now weaves through some traffic, comes through to Montgomery. They're on sides. Here's a shot. And Banksburg with another nice save. And he'll keep it right there and get a whistle.
Barczuk let that shot go coming off the left wing. Goaltender right out on the crease. Cut the angles off. Down in the pads. No rebound. Smothered the puck. Whistle.
Face-off will be to the right of Banksburg. And let's see who's going to take the drop. It will be Tyler Sims and Brock Montgomery in there.
Get her back. Montgomery.
And here's a shot by Barczuk. That goes wide. I don't think Becksburg really saw that one at all, but it comes down into the corner. And everybody piling up as Montgomery coming on there, throwing the body around. Puck pops loose, comes down to the Comet blue line. Here's Beaupre out to Montgomery. Montgomery. Cross-ice pass picked up by Kyle Thomas. Or Tyler Sims steps in front of him. Thomas was set up to take the puck down the ice. And now Kyle Thomas comes away with it.
Offside. Had to lift his leg. When he lifted his leg, he went 1 foot over. That forced the offside. Face-off will come back outside the zone. 14-14 to go in the period.
Face-off outside the Evansville blue line in their final appearance here in Fort Wayne ever. And it's been a fairly intense rivalry. Just the past 5 or 6 years of the Icemen have been in existence. But it was a rivalry that I think everybody hoping it was going to be a good Indiana rivalry. And it's been a good one. But I don't think not quite the extent of a lot of people hoped it would be.
Well, of course, the plans are to move the Kentucky team in down there. They're supposed to renovate a building down there. And that's going to take about a year to get that ready to go. And hopefully they come back as strong as they ever have, and we can create another rivalry right there. Al Sims still under contract, so we'll have to find out exactly what happens with him if he's just out scouting next year.
Here's Denis, the rookie, whips one around off the boards, goes back behind the net. Here's the centering pass. Nobody there but white jerseys. And here comes Strandberg down the ice, crosses over onside. Denis steps in front of him, knocks the puck away, and now here comes Denis. Negotiates through the neutral zone, can't get past Zay, over to Szydlowski. He fans on the pass, and it goes over to Schaafsma. Schaafsma kicks it out to the blue line, stopped by Denis. Now to Szydlowski on the point. He has got to take it out of the blue line, off the blue line, and it's going to be offside, so the Komets have to get back on. Szydlowski has to retreat back in his own end. Here is Simone Denis with it. Cross-ice pass, got a man. It's Cody Corbett. Now return pass over to Szydlowski out to the center line where the Icemen have it. Here's Curtis Leonard back to Ratowski. Now back to Leonard again. Leonard on the left-hand side, off of Schumacher's glove. Here to Zay. Here's a shot. It goes wide of Nagle, and that one will be deflected and into the seats.
Whistle in the Komet zone. Face off there. Line changed by the defense. And they'll start all over in the Komet zone. 13:02 to go. Still down by 4.
Spencer Martin started this game, gave up all 4 goals. Then in comes Pat Nagle. He's not letting anything past him, but he has not seen very many shots coming in.
Yeah, that was about the 9:15 mark of the second period. Nagle came in.
Komets clear the zone off of the face-off. Puck rolls down to the Evansville end, batted back the other direction, and here's Cody Soul with it. Backs up towards his own net, goes off the far boards, banks it off, and Zay has it for Evansville. He carries it in. Here's a shot. It's whipped wide over the head of Nagle and goes down low to Cody Soul. Back behind the net, and it's played all the way around, and here is Randy Cure. He gets it out. Curtis Leonard has it over to Ratowski. Ratowski sandwiches as he crosses his own blue line. And Barczuk chases after him. Coming back the other direction. Here's Schumacher with it. He goes off the glass and off the stick of Thrush, and back comes Barczuk. Up along the far boards. Here's a shot on net. They've made. Banksburg's holding strong again with 12 minutes to go in the game.
Montgomery in front. Open for a split second.
Barczuk with the shot, and that one is going to go wide, and that one will find the netting. We'll take a break with the score 4-0 Evansville. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
The Fort Wayne Holiday Inn, next to the Memorial Coliseum, is the official hotel of the Fort Wayne Komets. The hotel has special Komet hockey packages that include deluxe room accommodations, plus 2 tickets to a Komets home game. Enjoy dinner before the game at the Mastodon Grill, or a drink after the game in the Faculty Lounge. With 6,000 square feet of banquet facilities, the Fort Wayne Holiday Inn is perfect for your holiday parties. Call 482-3800.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
11:53 to go in the game as Evansville plays it into the Komet zone. Here's Nagle up along the far boards, and it comes out to Simone Denis. Here's Szydlowski, lost the puck, and here is Weidman with it. He carries it into the Komets zone up along the far board.
For the trailer.
And he tries to drop it back, pass too far behind him, and here comes out to Corbett. Corbett to Barczuk, or that's Denis. Now to Corbett again up along the far board. Gives it up to Schaafsma, and Schaafsma is going to float one all the way into the corner. Coming after hard is Paul Crowder. Crowder off the boards, comes up along the near wing. Now it comes out to Cody Soul. Soul drops it back to Corbett. Corbett has Paul Crowder over the blue line. He winds up, and his shot will be deflected over the glass and into the net.
That'll get him another line change. 11:06 to go. Komets back at action again Wednesday night here, Quad City. Mallard.
Now the Komets looks like their 3-game losing streak could come to an end here tonight, unless it's a valiant comeback here in the last 11 minutes and 6 seconds.
Well, they had the one big chance they had right in the first 15 seconds of the period, and he got on the goal line and never crossed, and that's as close as they've come so far.
Kind of been the story of the night this evening as Cody Soul winding up. His shot just goes wide.
Deflected almost in.
Just tipped. Kyle Thomas was right there. And Evansville now has it in their own end. And coming through, here's Andrew Zay, puck gonna roll down to Pat Nagle. He will keep things going as he throws it into the corner. Friedmann to Kyle Thomas. Thomas spins around. Here's Friedmann in front. Can he get shot off? He does. A backhander. And he's hit from behind by Zay. Took one right off the calf muscle there as Zay took a swipe at him right after the whistle.
You got to the net. Little backhand, not enough on it to get it up high enough. Bert Berger made the save on it.
So the face-off will stay in the Evansville zone to the left of Banksberger. Komets have not been shut out at home here this year. Have been shut out twice on the road this year, once at Brampton and once at Quad City.
Thomas in for the face-off.
And the Komets win it. Here's Crunk putting it in front of the net. Defenseman right there, Rakowski, to knock it away. Kicks it into the corner. Meurs in there fighting for it. Comes up top of the blue line. And now top of the circle. Here's Crunk with a shot. That one goes above the crossbar. Back behind the net, and it's picked up by Tyler Sims. Sims with it. Plays it ahead, and it comes down to Rakowski. Now to Weidman. Coming in down the left-hand side. Centers it up. Here's a shot by Fawcett. It goes wide. Along the far boards, comes down back behind the net for Gabe Beaupre. Beaupre gives it a look, spins around, trying to get away from Fawcett.
Nobody there.
And now Beaupre turns on the Jets, gets loose of Fawcett, plays it ahead, but it's going to be batted back down the other direction. It's going to be stopped by Pat Nagle. He leaves it for Hamonic. And Hamonic will get to his own blue line. Has a man on the left-hand side. They come over the Evansville blue line. It was off the stick of Barczuk. And back up along the far boards. Here is Corbett with it. Corbett to Szydlowski. Carries it over onside. His shot goes wide. Comes down into the corner. Now back out. And here is Barczuk. Barczuk taking off the play. Gets his feet back. Now he gets it back behind the net. Here's Crowder to Szydlowski. Szydlowski in the corner. Szydlowski gets his shot taken away, and that one is floated forward all the way down to Pat Nagle. And Nagle, that'll be an icing. And we'll take a break with 9:05 to go here in the third. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Want to live a healthier life? You don't need to train for a marathon to do it. Even small changes can help you feel better. And at Parkview, it all starts with one word: go. Go for a walk. Go spend time with friends. Go do something simple right now to improve your well-being and take the Parkview Go Challenge. It's all about creating balance in your life. Mind, body, spirit, and community. For more healthy ideas, log on to parkviewgo.com. Parkview, your partner in health.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
Still 9:05 yet to go here in the third period. Komets have yet to get a goal on the board. They trail it 4-0.
Montgomery for the face-off.
And the puck is dropped. Tying up on the circle. Comes free. Monteith comes away with it for Evansville. Goes high off the glass.
That'll be icing.
And it'll be another icing call.
That wasn't much of a pass other than shoot off the glass. And send it right back into his own zone for another face-off. Komets change them up, their line, and they go with the fresh troops against the Evansville team. They can't change because of the icing call.
Andrew Zay and Paul Crowder in the face-off circle. And the puck is dropped, and Szydlowski comes away with it over the Komets. Centers up for Meurs. He was right there, and he could not get it past Bexberg. Evansville carried it into the zone. Here they come in on Nagle. That was Mac Olson. Couldn't break free the defender. Comes down into the corner. Denis fighting for it for the Komets. Comes up along the far boards up to the blue line. Here's Curtis Leonard keeping it in with 8:28 to go in the game. And it comes up along the near boards again. Swiped around back behind the net. And the Komets up with it here on the near wall. Denis taken off the play by Zay. Corbett in there, got his stick taken off of his gloves there, and now up along the far boards. Here's a long stretch pass. They look for Meurs.
Here's offside.
And the Komets were offside. They got to get back on as Curtis Leonard picks up the puck. Leonard hits his own blue line, banks it off the boards, and sends it into the Komet zone. Here's Corbett whipping it around, has Taylor Crunk on the other end. Now it rolls in front, and this shot goes wide. It went right to the stick of Daniel Turgeon. And now the Komets in the neutral zone. Here is Crunk with it over the blue line. Here's Kyle Thomas trying to get past Bexberg. Takes a shot, and it goes wide. Off the glass it comes all the way down. And Leo Thomas has it. 7:28 to go in the third. Here's Hamonic. Hamonic sends it out, and it comes out to the blue line. Back it goes to Rumble. Rumble up the boards, and the puck comes down to Nagle. Nagle will stop it, and he will leave it for Beaupre. Beaupre up along the boards. And batted back the other direction by the Evansville defense. Nagle will come out and stop it. Leaves it for Beaupre. Beaupre got it taken away. Now Hamonic down low. And back to Hamonic again as the puck was rolling around. And Hamonic finally got a piece of it, and he sends it all the way down. Montgomery trying to get around his man. Comes out to Rumble. Rumble down the left-hand side. Throws it in on Nagle. He makes the stop. Comes out to Cure. Up along the far boards. And the Komets play it ahead. They carry it into the Evansville zone. Coming in. Here's Barczuk trying to wrap it around. He shoots. And Barczuk, Bexberg has it.
The light's not on, no.
Komets are saying it was in. Bexberg is saying no, it wasn't.
There's no light on.
And now here comes the horn. Wacky play there as Barczuk was trying to wrap it around. It looked like it went in, but play continued. The light never went on. So a little more controversy coming on here tonight. It's the second time in this period where the referee has got to make a call.
Well, he's saying it went in. He's saying he saw it, and he's showing the direction it went in and everything. It was a wraparound. Here it is again by Friedmann. Wraps it around. The goalie's pad is, they still can't see it. One of the other Komets whacked at, and his leg was moving back into the goal net. So that's what they're saying. It was underneath his pad and went in the net. But if you can't see the puck, you can't call a goal. So we might get a break on it. Of course, he's going to look at whatever he can see on the screen, and we'll see if he can get any conclusion on it. At this point, everybody just standing around watching.
Well, like you said, Friedmann came around, and it looked like he was able to tuck it in, but like you said, his pad was on the puck, so you couldn't tell really from the replay. So it'll be interesting to see what the referee will call here, as originally it was no goal.
And the red light did not go on. So the referee was standing there. He was wondering what was going on. It was like everybody other than the Komets were the one yelling it was in.
And here's Andrew Wilk, our referee, says the goal. So the Komets do get a goal. It'll be Friedmann picking it up. And the Komets will avoid the shutout here tonight with 6:30 to go in the third period. And the puck will be dropped at center ice.
Friedmann will get the goal.
And look at this, Schaafsma stealing the puck away, and he comes in on Bensberg, and he made the stop. Comes up along the far board. 6:19 to go in the game. Here's Tyler Sims takes a shot, and Nagle makes the save. Crowder has it, and Crowder up along the far boards. Over the blue line, the Komets come. And here's Szydlowski in front.
There it is again.
Loose puck in front. Scrambled for it. And finally, Banksburg sprawled out, makes the stop.
Yeah, somehow the puck bounced around. It ended up bouncing on top of him. They ended up jumping on top of him and holding the puck out of the net. And they finally get the goaltender out of the mess, and no goal there.
Well, the
Pretty close.
Certainly not giving up. We've got 5:57 to go in the game. 4-1 is the score. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
Trust the doctors that IPFW Athletics and the Fort Wayne Komets trust. Aaron Chiropractic is well known for providing quality yet cost-effective care for sports injuries, muscle, and joint problems. They're one of the only clinics in the region to provide its patients with pain relief utilizing numerous therapies, including acupuncture, massage, and rehabilitation. Aaron Chiropractic is conveniently located in Northeast Fort Wayne. Find us on the web at aaronchiro.com or call 492-8811 to schedule an appointment.
If you treated your smartphone like greasy fast food treats your body,
Should I hang the picture here?
A little higher. Yeah, perfect.
I'll get the hammer.
No, don't be silly. I'll use my phone.
Wait!
you'd have no way to watch cat videos. So say no to greasy fast food and treat your body to the new rotisserie-style chicken sandwich from Subway. Made with tender, hand-pulled, all-white meat chicken raised without antibiotics. With your choice of fresh veggies on freshly baked bread. The Subway Sandwich Shop. Fresh is what we do.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
5:57 to go in the hockey game. Komets have had some great chances here in this third period. They finally got on the board as Friedmann got credit for the goal. 4-1 is the count up on the scoreboard, and a face-off coming up in the Evansville zone.
And we get that goal at the 13:30 mark, and we come right back after with two more good chances, and weren't able to put the puck away. So keep pushing them, guys. Things can happen quickly.
Here's Weidman back behind the net, comes up along the far boards, picked up by Sims. He carries it into the Comet zone. Top of the circle, here's a shot, knocked away, and comes down to the Komets, up along the far boards again in their own zone. Beaupre will skate it ahead, comes out to Leo Thomas over the blue line, floats one in, and a save made by Banksburg. Here's Crunk back behind the net, comes up along the near wall, off the glass, and all the way down. And that will be an icing call, and will come down, and we will drop the puck in the Evansville zone with 5:25 to go here in the third period. Komets not giving up. They now own the lead on the shot clock, 32-23.
Yeah, you get a little desperation from Evansville, and not a lot of experience on the ice out there. Instead of getting the puck, controlling it, moving around and playing the clock a little bit, they're just trying to chip it out, knock it out, and get it out of their zone as fast as they can. So they're in a little bit of a panic mode if we can get another one.
And here's Kyle Thomas. Thomas in front of the net. Got tangled up with Curtis Leonard. Goes back behind him for Friedmann. And Friedmann and Montgomery come down in the corner. He's met there by Zay. And Montgomery still has it again. Now down low. Tries to center it. Broken up. Loose puck. And it squirts loose into the corner. Kyle Thomas upstairs to Cody Soul. His shot is knocked down. Komets are offside. And
lay offside.
Touches it up, and play will continue. Flips one ahead, comes down all the way into the Fort Wayne zone, comes off the end boards. Hamannik with a backhander over to Cody Soul. Here's Soul up along the far boards. His pass is broken up by Thrush. Here's a shot on Nagle. He makes the save.
That's his best one right there.
And along the right-hand side, Komets carry it in. Montgomery off the boards. The Icemen have it. And off the glass it comes, and all the way down. It's going to be tipped, no icing, as Nagle will stop it with 4:23 to go in the third. There's Kure with it. Kure spins around, goes back behind his own net. As he gets some pressure from Mac Olson, he plays it forward, and back come the Komets. Here is Denis with it, centering pass. Here's a backhander, and Banksburg makes the save.
Nice save.
Crowder in the corner. Crowder goes back behind the net for Schaafsma. Schaafsma up top to Denis. Cross ice pass. Here's a shot right on the money.
Kure let that go. Down low. Goaltender was able to see it through the screen. Kure, nice shot on the net. Nice save.
And that takes us down to 3:53 to go in the game. And the Icemen will get a line change. And the puck will be dropped to the right of Banksburg. Now the Komets, though, decide to get a late change here as everyone comes off. Fresh set of legs out there for Fort Wayne.
Yeah, I think you got to get another goal before you think about pulling the goalie, but it's in his mind, I'll bet you, to pull the goalie anytime. So we'll keep an eye on that end. Down by 3.
Icemen have the puck in their own zone up along the far boards, and Sims gets tangled up. Kyle Thomas comes away with the puck, and now Garrett Meurs at his own blue line has Kyle Thomas. Thomas whipping down the ice, coming in front, got pushed off the play. Penalty called.
You don't need to pull the goalie now. You got a power play right now with 3:34 to go, and got to get it working. Need a goal in a hurry.
And it's going to be Himmelson.
Although Nagle is going to the bench, so we could see the extra attacker 6-on-4 here.
So Himmelson is going to get sent off. This is the first penalty of the third period for either team. And Himmelson will go, and that'll be a 2-man advantage for the Komets.
Yep.
As Pat Nagle will be pulled for the extra skater. And now we have a timeout on the ice. Komets will take a timeout, so we will step away. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Maybe it's hot out today, or maybe it's cold, but this weather's got you thinking about heading to the bar for an ice-cold Coors Light. Maybe it's a bar built into the steep cliff face of the Rocky Mountains with a waterfall that pours down on a multitude of Coors Lights, chilling them with the frigid power of a Rocky Mountain stream. You order one and it suddenly appears in your hand. It's so cold you feel like a giant eagle riding on cool winds, content with your foray into Rocky Mountain country. Forgot about the weather already, didn't you? Thanks, Coors Light. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Great beer, great responsibility.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
Both teams retake the ice coming off the timeout. Komets will have a 2-man advantage, but an empty net as Himmelson takes the call here in the third period. 3:32 yet to be played. Evansville up 4-1.
Evansville, of course, got a free row at firing a puck down the ice without ice in it because they're a man short. So watch out for that open net. 6-on-4.
Here's Denis with it at the blue line. Lines up a shot, takes it, and no goal.
Hit the post.
It hit the post. It came out.
Yeah, right across the goal mouth again.
Another one. I don't know how that didn't come in. This game really should be tied as the Komets have just had bad luck here in the third period. Here's Crowder in the corner as the Komets get it in deep with 3:11 to play. Comes out to Denis. Here's a shot down low. Schaafsma sticking away at it.
Use a point.
Down in the corner. Comes up top of the blue line. Here's Denis again. Over to Szydlowski. Back to Denis. High slot. Takes a shot. That one is knocked down. Into the corner. It comes out to Montgomery. Montgomery. Over far side. Here's a shot. Ricocheted off the stick of Ratowski. Comes down into the corner. And back up top to Szydlowski. Denis with it. Thought about winding up. Goes over to Crowder. Now Denis again in the high slot. Whips one in. It goes wide.
It's the net again.
Comes out to Szydlowski. Out to the blue line. And here's Crowder with it. Crowder. Cross ice pass. Goes behind Meurs. Up top. Szydlowski with a shot. Puck
Rebound.
Around,
Scramble.
and it goes wide.
Wide of the net.
Comes up top. Here's Denis. Over to Szydlowski. Big traffic in front. Scores!
Top shelf. Whoa, there's a blast.
And Sean Szydlowski nets his 24th of the season and gets the Komets within 2.
And that was a blast. He got the puck instead of going low. He went top shelf on the stick side, right under the crossbar from the center of the ice about 30 feet out. And what a blast that was to beat the goaltender. Power play goal. Szydlowski cuts the margin to 4-2.
And now they'll bring Pat Nagle out on the ice again for the face-off, and I'm sure as soon as the Komets can get the puck deep into the Evansville zone, we'll see Pat Nagle head for the bench once again. We've got a 4-2 hockey game.
17:45 that came at. Still 2 minutes and 15 seconds. We'll watch for Nagles. 5-on-5.
And the puck is dropped, and here's Cody Corbett.
Here
and
comes
there
Nagle.
goes Nagle. Corbett whips it around, and
offside, icing.
Linesman called, though. Didn't appear that anyone was offsides, or I think that's what they're going to call. They give the goal to Montgomery. They're going to say it was tipped. So Szydlowski will get the assist. Montgomery gets the goal.
I don't know how he tipped it. That was a blast. But anyways, they give it to Montgomery. Szydlowski and Denis will get the assist.
Now the faceoff comes back out to center ice, so Pat Nagle will have to come back in. I'm not sure really what that whistle was for, and here's Kyle Thomas.
Nagle out now.
Here's a shot, goes off the side of the cage, goes back behind the net, and it comes up here along the near wall. Backhander out to Friedmann in front. Here's a shot. Bexberg makes
Rebound.
the save.
Trying to get up.
Thomas is there whacking away at it. Could not
get it up.
Get it past the goaltender. Here's another shot, and Bexberg makes the save. Here along the near boards. Extra attacker on for the Komets. Kyle Thomas has it. Thomas up top to the blue line. Here's a shot. Knocked down in front. Crunk couldn't connect. And Komets still have it down low. Friedmann with it. Friedmann in front. Shot knocked down. Komets still have it in front. Here's another opportunity. Boxed away and knocked away by Bexberg. Up to the blue line. And down low, Leo Thomas to Friedmann. His shot knocked away. And the Icemen still cannot clear it. Comes out to the blue line again. Corbett with the shot. That one goes wide. And Crunk with a shot. Another save in front. Knocked away. And it's Kyle Thomas. Scores! 4-3.
Yeah, the goalie's saying a high stick. They knocked it down, but no, I don't think so. They're going to call it. Kyle Thomas will get the goal.
What a wacky third period as the Komets were down 4-0, and all of these goals have come in the second half of this third period.
Yeah, all starting at 13:30 when Friedmann got it, then Montgomery, now Kyle Thomas coming with a lot of pressure with 1 minute and 4 seconds to go in the period.
So 1:04 left. Komets have pulled within one. And that was the 44th shot of the game for the Komets. And we come out to center ice, but we'll have a timeout. Looks like the Icemen will take 30 seconds, so we'll step away. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
At Tim Hortons, we make our freshly brewed iced coffee just the way you like it. That means it's served up icy cold in creamy, refreshing flavors like original, caramel, or new mocha, all made from 100% Arabica coffee. And now for a limited time, cool down the way you want to. Get any small iced coffee today for just $1 at Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop. Great tasting drinks, amazing coffee. At participating Ohio restaurants. Offer available on small iced coffees only for a limited time plus applicable taxes.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan and Company in Fort Wayne.
Well, we come back out to center ice. 1:04 to go here in the game. It is now 4-3. Evansville with the lead. Komets with 3 goals here in the third period. 47 shots on goal. And the Komets looking to tie it up as Pat Nagle in there right now at the moment. The Icemen get the puck up along the far boards. That'll keep Nagle on the ice. And now it comes down. That'll be an icing call. And a little bit of a mental error there by the Icemen. And that will allow the Komets to get Pat Nagle off the ice. And we'll have a drop in the Evansville zone.
And this is one of the reasons why this team didn't make the playoffs. They don't have a lot of experience out there. And like I say, when they get in a panic mode, they're panic. And they ice the puck there when they shouldn't have. They had possession.
Big face-off here.
Nagle out. 6-on-5.
Comes up to the blue line. Here's Corbett. Takes a shot. It goes wide. Paul Crowder in the corner. 48 seconds to go. Now we got a pile up back behind the net. Comes loose. Comes out to the blue line. And Corbett couldn't hang on to it. There's a race for it.
Be icing.
And that'll be an icing as 2 Komets were back. Denis and Corbett are racing down the ice. So another icing. And a face-off coming up in the Evansville zone.
38 seconds left. Face-off comes back into the Evansville zone. Komets will stay with Crowder at center. And, of course, Szydlowski out there. Schaafsma, Meurs. And on the point, I think they got Corbett. Here we go.
And here's the face-off. Backhander by Zay. Gets it out of the zone. And that should be another icing call.
Yep. He flipped it too hard again. Keep giving us those chances when they get possession of the puck, Evansville. And we take advantage right now. Let's go.
And the face-off will now be to the left of Bexberg. And let's see who's going to take it. It'll be Crowder.
Yeah, Friedmann was in there. Crowder taking the draw now.
And the Komets win it. Comes up to Corbett at the blue line. Corbett stepping up, takes a shot, and a save made.
Goaltender's got it.
Hangs onto it.
Yeah.
And he's just squeezing those pads.
Yeah, shot was on the net from Corbett from the point. Nobody could deflect it or get in front as it went right through. Goaltender Bensberger made the save. Friedmann comes off, and they bring on a little more size. Montgomery up front.
48 shots on net for the Komets.
Crowder will take the draw.
And it's going to be Sims and Crowder to take the face-off. And the puck comes down into the corner. Crowder has it. Crowder and Ratowski tie it up. 18 seconds. Komets got to get it loose. Comes up in front of the net. It scores! Jamie Schaafsma ties the game. Unbelievable. The puck just came loose and rolled right in front of the net. And Denis Schaafsma, who has been snake bitten all night long, that puck had eyes, came right to Schaafsma's stick, and he rolls it in under the goaltender. We are tied.
Schaafsma will get the goal. And again, Evansville had it on the boards. They tried to pin it, and the Komets just dug it out, threw it to the front. Schaafsma picked it up and shot it between the legs. Hit the post and went in, but he gets the goal. Schaafsma.
And Schaafsma's goal, he now has the team lead in that category.
24.
That's number 24 on the season for the Camps, and we're tied. This game was 4-0 at one point in the third period. And we are tied.
You can hear the crowd now.
And those who have left, we apologize. It took the Komets a little while to get going. Here's Turgeon coming down. His shot is taken away with 2 seconds. Up at the blue line, Kyle Thomas flips it forward, and we're going to overtime. Unbelievable here at the Coliseum. A game that was 4-0. Here in the third period, the Komets 4 unanswered. And we'll take a quick break. Overtime coming up. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
Auto Care on the Go is auto care that comes to you. We build our business from the ground up based on integrity and honesty. Your vehicle will be professionally repaired on site by Auto Care on the Go. Our certified master mechanic team has over 28 years of auto repair experience. Auto Care on the Go will repair your vehicle and your activities never stop. Call 574-200-9945 or visit www.autocareonthego.com. Auto Care on the Go. Proud sponsors of the Komets, an auto mechanic service to fit your busy life. Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
What a night. 4-4. We're going to overtime. Komets 4 unanswered goals. Jamie Schaafsma gets the game tire inside of 10 seconds. And we're now playing 3-on-3 hockey. The Komets will get a point out of this. And we come out to center ice. It'll be Schaafsma right now, who's the hero at the moment. He will start this off with Szydlowski and Corbett.
We outshoot them 30-7 in that period. So let's keep after them. Go get them.
Comes out to center ice, and here's Szydlowski. Comes over to Schaafsma. In on the goaltender, shoots, and a save made.
Big save.
Bensberg in front, and Schaafsma still banging away at it, and that one goes wide.
Goaltender again made a great save. Schaafsma, nice move on him.
And now here come the Icemen down with a chance to win it. Here's Nathan Moon, who has been quiet tonight, carries it in. Kyle Thomas picks his pocket. Kyle Thomas down the right side. Komets have numbers. They come over the blue line. Thomas drops it back. Corbett shoots, and he just missed it wide.
That'll go all the way down the other end.
All the way down, and here's Nathan Moon.
They got a breakaway now.
Coming in on Nagle. He shoots, and a pad save made. Comes down along the far boards. Here's Kyle Thomas
on a breakaway.
In on a breakaway. Coming in on Bensberg. He shoots, and a save made. And back and forth we come. Here's a long pass all the way down. It's picked up by Moon.
They almost got another breakaway.
And Moon's just going to have to stop, and he loses it to Cody Soul. Out to Kyle Thomas off of his stick. And now the Icemen have it. Here's Fawcett over the blue line. Fawcett gets spun around, taken off the play by Meurs. Meurs has it. Now he's pinned up against the glass with 3:45 to go in overtime.
They got it.
And here's Kyle Thomas, dives for it. Couldn't get to
it. With him.
And Ratowski. He's got the puck, goes in front of his own net, hits Fawcett at the blue line. One man to beat. It's Soul looking for some help. Puts one in front, and Nagle makes the save, and a penalty called.
Yeah, but who to? Because I don't think our guy touched the guy, and he reached out to try to deflect it. And, well, they're going to call tripping, and it could be against the Komets here. They had a man break into the net, and as they threw the puck to the net, the man reached out, slid into it, rammed Nagle into the net, and knocked the net all over the place. But they're going to call penalty on Crowder for coming back and getting a piece of him and tripping him. So we'll play, it'll go 4 against 3 now, I believe.
Yes, it'll be 4-on-3 here.
Oh. Tripping penalty, they call it to Crowder. Power play, Evansville.
3:27 to go in the game. Komets get 4 unanswered goals in the third period to tie this game up. And a face-off in the Komet zone. And Evansville has it. Here's Rumble. Rumble, top of the circle. Now goes up top to the blue line. Here's Weidman, back up top to Rumble. In the high slot, drops it down low. Broken up by Beaupre. Comes out to Schaafsma, and he will clear it. Come all the way down, and Banksburg will stop it. And he will give it up, and here's Rumble. He will bring it down the ice. Dishes off to Turgeon. Now back over, it's Rumble again. Rumble in the high slot, down low. Turgeon goes back behind the net, goes up top of the blue line. Here's Weidman. And Weidman, one time in a rumble. That one is broken up, comes back behind the net. Nathan Moon with it. Comes up to Weidman. Weidman again, eyeing a shot, and Nagle makes the save. Into the corner. Icemen on the power play, and we are in overtime. Here's Beaupre. Plays it off the glass. Nice safe play. Comes down to Banksburg. He will stop it. And we're down to 1:03 to go on the power play and 2:29 to go in overtime. Evansville brings it over the line. They're onside. Here's Rumble. Over on the circle. Here's a return pass in the high slot. Ratowski goes down low along the far boards. Rumble with it opposite side. Top of the circle. Rumble looking to step up. Comes over. One-timer. Knocked down. Here's another attempt. This one is
rebound. There it is right there.
Made by Pat Nagle.
Yeah, I don't think he saw it as it come through the screen. It trickled right to him. He grabbed on as the Komets doing a good job killing the penalty off. Still 35 seconds for the power play for Evansville. And then we'll get into it for the last minute and 30 seconds, which will be back to 3-for-3.
2:02 left to go in overtime. And a face-off coming up in the Komet zone. Face-off to the right of Nagle. And again, we are in overtime.
Schaafsma taking the draw.
Schaafsma and Zay. And Schaafsma wins it. And he gives it up. And here's a backhander all the way out. Comes down to Schaafsma. Turned back the other way by Ratowski. Komets back on defense as they cross over the blue line. Here's Ratowski over to Fawcett. He missed the net. Comes down into the corner with 19 seconds to go on the power play. Up top, here's Himmelson with it. Himmelson in the high slot. Stepping up to the blue line. Here's Ratowski. Back to Himmelson. He lost it off of his stick. Beaupre coming in. Almost got it away from him. Up along the far boards. One-timer by Himmelson. Broke it up in front, and Nagle makes the stop. Got the right leg out.
All even. 4-on-4.
4-on-4. Here's the save, and Nagle will glove it down.
That'll kill a whistle.
And that'll make it 3-on-3 again.
Yep.
So a smart play there by Nagle to make it 3-3, because definitely 3-on-3, you can see the Komets can definitely outskate the Icemen right now. So that was a very smart move.
Yep, face-off will stay in the Komet zone, and 3-on-3, both goaltenders in, and we got a minute 22 seconds in this overtime before it goes to a shootout, if it goes to a shootout. So
1:22, 3-on-3 hockey coming back at you. Face-off in the Komet zone. And it comes up to the blue line. And Olsen has it, keeps it in, takes a shot. Nagle will just suck it in and make the save and get a whistle.
That'll be the 4th shot for Evansville in the overtime. The Komets have 3, so we'll see what they can do with it. They got to win the draw and then go back-to-back, end-to-end.
Both team had chances early on in this overtime. Komets had really about 3 really nice chances.
Leo Thomas in for the draw.
And it comes out to Denis in the corner. Avoids his man, and here comes Denis. Tries to go out to pass. Thomas. Couldn't get enough on it. In front. Here they come. Shoot. Score.
Got in. 17.
It was Zay, and the game is over.
Quick give and go.
Denis, just a bit of a rookie mistake, as I think his eyes got pretty wide as he saw Kyle Thomas coming down the left-hand side, wide open. And
crowd gives them a nice standing ovation for the effort they put in to come back and get it to where they did and almost win it. So tough loss, but they got behind the 8 ball too quickly.
Hey, the effort was there. The Komets come back in the third period, 4 unanswered goals, and they do get a point out of things. So they will stay the number 2 seed right now in the Western Conference. So most important thing, Komets do get a point, and we'll be back at it on Wednesday. So great effort here tonight. We'll be back to wrap it up. Komets lose it in overtime, 5-4. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Here's some good policy from your local agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When your insurance policy comes from us, it comes with something extra, a real person. Don't buy from an insurance company with an 800 number and a voicemail menu. Auto Owners Insurance operates exclusively through local, independent agencies here to help you 24/7. Now that's good policy.
For all your insurance needs, visit Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
Hey, we have some good news for the new year. Eating a little better just got a lot easier because Applebee's took grill and bar favorites you love and made them a little better for you. Stop by today and try our new grilled onion sirloin with stout gravy, shrimp wonton stir fry, or hot shot whiskey chicken starting at $9.99. All of the bold flavor, less of the calories. Only at Applebee's. Price and participation varies.
Bees Late Night means half-price select appetizers. Unwind with us Sunday through Thursday after 9 p.m. Welcome to the Komet Hockey postgame show, brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Here's Bob Chase.
Well, it's a crazy one here at the Memorial Coliseum tonight.
To say the least.
Komets were down 4-0 going into the third period, actually about halfway through the fourth period. And here we were talking about when was the last time the Komets had been shut out. Not been shut out at all at home, and we were just worried about getting a goal on the board to not have that shutout. But look at that. The boys come back, score 4 unanswered, and we go to overtime. Unfortunately, the Komets do come up short in the overtime, but what a tremendous effort, and I'm sure Coach Gary Graham not happy to get the loss, but very happy with the effort and to get a point.
Well, happy to get a point, number one, was the thing, and they outshot them 30-7 in the period. You talk about dominance and go after them and play against a team that plays like they're not going to make the playoffs and looks like they're not going to play and they make the playoffs, and they aren't going to make the playoffs, and they showed why with the effort that they put in. They just panicked, and the Komets stayed on them, played a great third period, but unfortunately came up one short in the overtime.
And the Komets did not get their first goal of the game until the 13:30 mark of the third period. It was Friedmann and then Brock Montgomery, Kyle Thomas, and then Jamie Schaafsma at 19:45 of the third period for the game tying goal. That sent us to overtime, but Matthew Zay ends it at 3:56 of overtime, his 9th. Strandberg with the assist. And also, you know, you got to salute Al Sims and the Icemen, who played very, very well. You know, they didn't have a very good last 6 minutes of the game, but again, Coach Al Sims possibly coaching his last game here at the Coliseum, and his Icemen come in there, and you know, certainly a team that could have you know, just folded up the tents and say, hey, we're done, and they put together a pretty good effort tonight, and they do get the win.
Yeah, it was a good effort on their part, but again, the Komets, sooner or later, everybody in the building, I thought they were going to turn it on and get it going, and the possibility was always there. And then, of course, at 13:30, the thing went, the goal by Friedmann just ticked that goal. The way it went, bang, we get the goal, and it just snowballed right to a tie at the 1946 mark when Schaafsma put it in.
So that's it. 5-4 is your final score. We'll take one more break, and we'll have your player of the game. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.